Microphone check. Can I get a microphone check? Hello, everybody. Low Hooper, how you doing? Maurice, Santa, you gotta watch 3 streams. I mean, the more the merrier, right? Hello, Wham Bam, Tesla's Crash Cam, Lav1, Lav1, LeBron James, Elite. How's Eddie doing? He's doing okay. Is it public? So there will be a password on our sessions. So, but I will pin the password, so do not worry about that. I'm doing good as well. I am ready to get some G lobbies going. Hello, 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 Charlie. Let me post. I'm gonna post the password. So the password is going to be the same thing for everything we do tonight. But I'll give you guys a rundown of our night here in just a few moments. We do have Jay joining us. He's on his way back right now, so we'll see if he gets here in time. But the password to get into our sessions tonight is simply going 24, all caps right there. You can see that, and I will pin that message, and there y'all go. So says it's pinned. I don't see it up there, but hello, Gamer Sports. How are you doing on this fine evening? Hope everyone's doing well. Excited. I'm excited for this night. I hope you guys are ready. So, what we're doing tonight, it's chaos. It's a complete utter chaos that is coming towards us here. So, we are doing NASCAR Next Gen, as you can tell by the title, at the Charlotte Legends Oval. We could potentially have up to 25, 30 people in this, which could be absolute chaos. We're doing a 75 lap one heat, but there's guaranteed cautions coming in that 75 lap heat at lap 25 and lap 50. Caution laps will not count. And then in the main, it's also 75 laps. So basically 150 laps total. And basically towards the end, the last 5 laps, we basically are going to have a bit of a rule in the heat one and as well in the main. Last 5 laps, anything goes. It's going to be complete chaos here tonight. We don't expect a clean race at the Legends Oval by any means. So we're just going to see what happens. Good luck, you'll need it. See, thank God Jay and I aren't racing. Jay is here. He's starting to stream. Say hello to Jay, chat. Session isn't up because I haven't started it yet. I will start it here at about 7 o'clock. So I was supposed to be live like 15 minutes ago. I was trying to get everything ready to go. We were having a couple of issues and stuff, but now I went through, looked at the settings and stuff, and full course yellows, caution laps do not count, as well as we have manual cautions on. So from my knowledge, as someone still brand new to setting all this up, it looks correct. So if you guys were here for Daytona, it was a mess trying to get that set up. The race was a mess, and it was a mess for me trying to set it up, but we've been okay since then, so hopefully it continues like that. But how are you guys doing tonight? After this 150 lap race at the Charlotte Legends Oval, we are doing 40 laps with Radicals free car at Talladega Super Speedway. So that's going to be insane. It's a night of chaos, basically. Hello, Bobby Birch. Hello, Nugget. How are you? Demos. That was our first ever winner, by the way, on the G Lobbies on iRacing as Demos. We're keeping track of the stats. Karma, he picked up a win as well. Matt O'Brien, that is, at Bristol. Street Stocks at Talladega won. We should totally do that at some point. You're finishing the My Driver video? You enjoying that video so far? The My Driver video not doing the greatest, which I was disappointed in because I felt like every My Driver video I'm doing is getting better and better. But we are just a couple of episodes away now from the new season. I just recorded the next 2 races, so I only have one more race left to do. That's Phoenix, and that'll be its own episode. So the next episode pretty much already recorded, so stay tuned. That should come out tomorrow. Quite the episode, actually. Quite the episode. A lot of things get decided. Let's say that. So I'm gonna get this session prepared to go up right now. I'm just gonna go in once again, make sure everything actually looks okay here. So practice, we got a 10-minute practice, we got a 5-minute qualifying, 3 laps you can do in qualifying, not 2. We're gonna add an extra lap there. And then what we're going to do for the session length, so for 75 laps, we're going to probably, I'm going to say we're going to put 120 minutes for the session length just to play it safe here to make sure we have enough time. And then at the end of the 75 laps, we are inverting the field here. And then we'll have another 2-hour limit there just in case. I just don't want to take a risk. So No inverts at the end of that. We are going to get this session on the roll right here. And let's hope everybody just say a prayer real quick and hope that I got it correct, because as you guys remember from Daytona, I screwed up the settings a lot because I'm still brand new to this. I want to make sure Jay's here first because Jay needs to get in the session along with Kat
Yeah,
before
I'm
other
right
people.
here.
You are here, so you ready to go?
Yep,
Okay,
I'm ready.
so I'm going to launch the session, and once again, it's called G Lobbies. If you're looking hosted sessions, password is linked or pinned, and I am starting the session. It will take a minute to, of course, get going here, but the race has been created, so we will now wait for that to actually open up. But let me get ready to ping the Discord here. At everyone, session is up, and G Lobbies password going 24. That's ready to
Way
go.
to keep that one private.
I got to do an update apparently. That might be awkward. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, you know what I'd
Updates
probably do
required.
as well.
What do I have to update?
I
Let's
keep
see.
searching for it and I don't see it.
I'll let you guys know when it's up. I'll let you guys know. You doing this on iRacing? Yes, sir. We are doing this on iRacing.
Hmm.
We're excited. Jay, are you excited for this? I mean, I think we know what to expect. It's going to be complete, utter chaos.
I think I'm a little bit more terrified than anything, but yeah, still very excited, and 100% ready to see what this chaos brings us. I think that the radicals at Talladega is the thing I'm most looking forward to. I think that's going to be quite a fun race.
Yeah, the Radicals at Talladega will be interesting. The session is up. Can confirm. I got to do a 100
I
megabyte
don't see it.
update. Are you kidding me? Look up G Lobbies.
I am.
Look it up better. If I don't, this could be awkward if I don't get into the session because I
Oh,
have to
there it
do an
is.
update. I have to do over a 100 megabyte update. It's going. It's going. It's going. Come on. Come on. I'm not gonna ping everyone because I want to make sure I get into this. It's halfway. It's halfway.
Oh, I
And
just
we're done.
realized.
All right, I'm
Oh,
coming.
oh, 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 oh.
400 megabyte. Oh no. I would not want to have that update. All right, mine is good. Going in right now. And I guess we'll just choose the Camaro and go
Yeah, I gotta do an
when
update as well. This might be awkward. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get in.
let's hope Jay can get in. That would be a very awkward. All right, I'm in. I just added everybody in the Discord. Once again, hello to everybody. We're loading in a second, and then I'll share, of course, the screen. So I am joining that right now. So we're using the Martinsville setup for this. There's quite a few people in here, so let's hope Jay gets his update done.
Yeah, it just got done, so I think
Oh
I
yeah,
might
you
be
should be
okay.
good. Yeah. Hello, Jacob. What did you do? I recorded some
Oh,
My
hi.
Driver,
Okay.
put out a My Driver, and that was pretty much it. Actually, I woke up kind of late because Jay and I were
Wait,
up
why do I still have
late.
to do an update, bruh?
Jay and I were up late practicing for the Rolex, and things are going well. Kind of. We have to do a lot more testing to get the.
A lot more testing
Um,
and still a lot more stuff to figure
yeah, we got
out.
to figure out the stints. We got to test
Alright, now
mainly.
my updater is not loading. This is...
Might have to restart. Our main thing Jay and I are trying to do is
There we
just
go.
get long stints in without crashing the car. So we
Yeah,
have to practice that a couple times this week still.
that's the
Um,
main thing I want to test next is just get in the car for like 2 hours and not get out of it.
yeah, that's that thing. Like we have to practice a full stint. If I don't
Yeah.
practice a full stint before the 24, I'm going to be relatively disappointed in myself.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna be like sketched out for what I can do as well if I don't get a full stint in beforehand.
hello to everybody in the chat. What day are you doing the Rolex 24? Saturday. Not this Saturday, next Saturday, about 11 ish. I will be live. We're streaming the whole thing. I'm going to be live for 26, 27 hours, which is going to be crazy. So hopefully many of you tune into that. We're hoping. But we'll see. It's going to be a fun time, I think. All right, my session's about to be loaded here, so
Okay.
I am about to be ready to go. 11 in the morning, yes, 11 in the morning. Will there be a stream tomorrow? Yes, because we have Nitro Formula 1.
Alright, we're loading in. We're good.
Can you do F1, My Driver, and drive with Felipe Drugovich? Maybe one
I
day.
think I'm gonna practice tomorrow night. By the way,
10
after
4.
Nitro.
I won't be able to do tomorrow because I have to get up early on
Oh yeah, that's
Sunday.
right. Sunday.
But I only have to go in 2 days next week.
All right, chat. We're starting to load in. We'll be in there in a minute.
All right, practice is underway. What to expect is what you guys might be wondering, and simple. Okay, it's going to be utter chaos. That's all it's going to be here. Now is let's go on board with our first ever winner. This is Demos here. We're gonna go and watch what he's putting up here now, as there's gonna be a lot of chaos. That's pretty straightforward, you know. Hello, Eddie. How are you? Gonna fall asleep midway. See what I'm thinking. I haven't decided, but I might try to stay up the whole 24-hour race. Are you gonna do the 24-hour race with 2 people? No. We got about 4 or 5 of us as a team. Can you add Rallycross to the My Driver thing? Do they have AI?
No, I don't think they do.
Oh, you see Demos' paint scheme?
No, not yet.
Demos Hub. Mellow Yellow, beautiful car there for Caleb. Look at that interstate batteries. Oh, beautiful interstate batteries car there for Christopher. So, let's go on board here. We'll go on board with good old Christopher. I guess we don't have it. Yeah, we're going to have to go in car, aren't we? Let's go in car. These are about 20-second lap times right here, everybody. And we're running the Martinsville setup. It's going to be crazy. Practice ends here in just a few minutes. Actually, let me pull off the ticker there. I forgot to get that off. The top ticker does not need to be on. There we go. We doing paint scheme analysis. I do like to rate people's cars here. Chat, what do you think of this number 8 Interstate Batteries car? Let's not judge the off-trackness. Let's just judge the paint scheme.
All right, I am in the session now. Pit.
Hello,
where you line
Menards.
up for pits looks interesting.
So the pit lane's really weird. So
Yeah,
you
looks
keep
like
going
it in
into
that
turn
graph
3,
you
you go
sent.
straight, and then you go around. It's really weird. So pit stops are going to be weird, but I'm hoping we only have to deal with it a couple of times.
What is the paint scheme on Ruiz?
This is Matt O'Brien, by the way. Cloud9. Relatively solid scheme. I think.
Oh, I see the Demos car.
Oh,
that's
God.
That's actually really
Oh,
good
God.
looking. I like that paint scheme.
Is that an IKEA car? Oh my God! Look at this, chat. We got number 51, Will Byers. He's out here running an IKEA paint scheme.
Andrew Goodman. Why do I is that a Kings? Oh no, that's Royal Caribbean. Why does he have a Royal Caribbean paint scheme? That's
Brandon
something.
Brown. Any Brandon Brown fans?
Got a Hershey's paint scheme, a blank car for Vincent, probably because it's still loading.
Is Royal Caribbean International like
nice.
a sports team or like a?
No, it's a cruise line.
Oh, okay.
DoorDash there
Close
for
enough.
For Mr. Puck Drop, Duncan O'Connor. He just tried to nail Karma. It looked like. Ooh, that
You heard about the
1-1
new
scheme is pretty
updates?
basic, but that's nice for PJ.
About ignition? Yes, sir. Interesting to say the least. I have an ignition video
that should
coming
be
out
something.
tomorrow.
All right, chat. Let's get the thing shown.
And when I say I have an ignition video coming out tomorrow, I mean approximately a 50-second ignition video.
Directing this race is going to be scary, or is going to be scary. Yeah, it's going to be scary. Cap, good luck with that.
So should mention, Jay,
Yeah.
our caution scrutiny is going to basically be, single car, 2-car accidents. This is a chaos race. We're not going to call a caution for that.
Yeah, I saw you were mentioning that. Yeah, it's only going to pile up. I saw you were saying that.
If we have like a
Those are Brandon Brown's
5-car, a 4 or 5-car, 6-car pile up or more, we will throw cautions. But other than that, we are not going to, because chaos is literally a part of this race. And caution laps do not count, which also mean, basically, there will not be lucky dogs. But there's 2 heats to this race. So if you're a couple laps down in heat 1, well, you still have a chance to go in the main and be right back up there with everybody. So.
Okay. Cap, are you racing in this race, or are you going to be just directing? By the way, all pit road penalties are going to be cleared. It's weird and strict. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I told him he could clear anything on the pit lane. Hello, Barry. All good if you're not racing. How many people do we got in here? Let's see.
I don't remember, actually. Let's look at results. 24. It looks like. No. Sorry, that's not the wrong thing.
I think 19, something like that. Matt O'Brien here, number 6. Yeah. Why did he choose number 6? I wonder. That's what I want to know. Oh God.
I see 22, so I think if you take away the people doing broadcasting, I think it'll be 20, maybe 19 if Cap is not racing. Just directing, I guess, a 19 actual drivers. Oh, there's a next-gen Interstate Batteries car right there. That's pretty nice.
I love this 18. Not sure what
Budweiser paint
the
scheme
sponsor is, but
the oh my gosh, there's an IKEA with a shark on it, 51 car. And there's also a Budweiser paint scheme for David. Looks really nice.
What are you doing for Sunday Fun Day? I have no idea. Yeah, we want to try and get Truck Sim in again. That could be on the menu.
I might be down for that.
Petition for Bofa to race in the 24 hours. I'll get him in the lineup. There's practice over.
Oh,
Qualifying
good lord!
Coming.
Go to TV camera 3, Gary. We can just watch all the chaos with that camera.
Well, not now, because now we can't see anything.
Well, yeah, not now, but.
Well, now that we can't watch
All right,
anything,
Chad,
let's bring up the race info. Woo! There we go. Charlotte Motor Speedway Legends Oval. What do you guys think about maybe one day doing the Charlotte Legends Road Course? I feel like that'd be pretty crazy.
Actually, let's do the tower, not the ticker.
What would be the worst NASCAR next gen at Le Mans or next gen at Fuji? I'd say Fuji. Although you'd top out like crazy at Le Mans.
Maybe not. It wasn't loud. Okay, cool.
So are you doing where is it? Are you doing the Rolex 24 at Daytona? Just one question, 24 hours, that's a long time for a stream. Why don't you end the stream? Well, I want to keep the stream going the whole time because it doesn't make a difference if I stop it or not. I keep it going. So that way if maybe there's someone in Europe watching, they can actually stay up over the night and check it out and stuff. But yeah, we're doing the whole shebang. So more dirty Roblox racing from Jay. Well, he's not racing, so he's in the booth with us. But we could bring Roblox in Sunday night. Oh, Swerve and Irvin made her in. Hello, Scott. See, that's going to be I think the vibe all night long. He says, cars just casually crashing while Gary and Jay just casually talk to each other. I think that's going to be the vibe all race long, brother.
You know, it sounds like a pretty good plan to me. I'm not going to lie.
Martin Roberg's in here. I know him from Twitter. Hello, NASCAR Coca-Cola Racing Network. How are you? Happy Friday to you, John. Happy Friday to everybody. You got final exams next week. Good luck with that. So, Jay, we know already. Wow, Matt O'Brien goes to the top of the board by a 10th, but I feel like one guy we have to watch out for is probably Moss Teller, aka Demos. But obviously, we also know, Jay, no matter where you are tonight, you will find yourself in some type of chaos.
Yeah, you're probably going to be involved in at least one crash tonight, if not more than that. So I don't really know if we can immediately point at a favorite, because you could be leading, and especially with the pretty much everything goes out the window with the last 5 laps. We could see someone from 10th win because everybody else in front of them gets wrecked in the last couple laps. So who knows? But as far as people that are strong, I mean, I do expect Demos to be strong. Obviously, O'Brien so far on the pole looks like he's going to be strong. Seth Berger was another one last time at Bristol who was strong. So I think that we already seeing a top of the field here that we're going to be seeing all night long if they don't get wrecked.
You're my biggest Canadian fan. Well, thank you from a fellow Canadian as well. Like I said, guaranteed cautions in the heat one here. So at lap 25 and 50, guaranteed cautions. I couldn't find a way to set up multiple heats, so we're just going to do it that way. And caution laps do not count. And like I said, we are only going to call cautions incident-wise for actual pileups. If it's only 1 or 2 cars wrecking each other, keeping it green because we know it's just going to be a part of this product here tonight. After this race, we will be doing 40 laps at Talladega in the Radicals. Free car. It's going to be crazy. You're my biggest American fan? Well, thank you. Then how are you typing? Oh, you must be talking about something different. You just bought Monza? Good luck with that. Repair? Yes, sir.
Bro.
That's for both 75 laps, so technically they get 2. But I was like, that could at least
say something about it.
I feel like that could help a little bit, you know?
Did you get ready to race, by the way?
No. Let me do that.
Are you ready to race?
Yeah, no, I only gave these guys one fast repair because I was like, it's going to be absolute chaos, but maybe they'll use their heads a little bit more if they know they only have one. But we'll wait and see. You see, look at the times here. O'Brien, Seth Berger, he was strong last night. Berger was. Jay, honestly, I'm a bit surprised that he didn't win because he was one of the strongest ones there all night.
Yeah, he was very quick, and then there was the unfortunate contact, I think, between him and was it Eddie or there was someone else. And I think that is what wound up taking him out of contention towards the end of the race on that after that final restart. But he was very quick, and I still think I don't know if he would have been able to beat Matt, but he certainly would have put up a challenge to him.
Good luck to you, Tyler, with your midterms. By the way, when are you going to play Among Us? We don't know when we're doing Among Us yet. We got to work on actually trying to set that up at some point. So,
Yeah, we do.
hi
Keep forgetting
Wyatt,
about that.
how are you?
I just put a smudge on my glasses. You got to be kidding me.
Here we go. We're getting ready to grid up. Will there be another race after Dega? No, sir. We're just doing 2 races tonight. We feel like 40 laps radicals will take up quite a bit of time here.
Yeah, it's gonna
so.
take up a good bit of time.
Hello, KCT. Caution scrutiny will be quite
Right.
different for the radicals. By the way, we will be, you know, a couple cars go around. We'll probably call a yellow, depending on where it is in the pack and stuff. And happy birthday to you, Movement. By the way, shout out to Eddie as well.
Then...
How do you join these? Well, I have a pinned password up at the top, and then you look G Lobbies up in hosted sessions on iRacing. So, ready to go here.
Pretty cool reverse grid, Gary, on the start here.
You like that? You like that? By the way, Matt.
What?
Only one fast repair.
Yeah, I know. You probably won't need it.
Yeah, well, yeah, the pace is gonna be so slow.
All right. Well, we're all gonna die. So.
We threw a curveball at them, chat. Let's see if they're prepared for it. So, Jay.
Somebody said they think that skip the heat because there's less than 35 people. Demo said that.
What do you mean by that?
He said in chat. He just said he thinks it skipped the heat because we had under 35 people.
Oh, really?
We're now at the feature.
Oh, yeah.
Which,
no.
No,
No,
it
yeah.
says heat. No,
yeah, we're
no,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Because it's, yeah, Heat 1's highlighted. Yeah, I think we're fine.
Yeah, I think we're okay.
Password is pinned, the pinned comment. When you're doing more Heat 5 online, we'll probably try to squeeze it in sometime this week. We want to do these lobbies every other day, and then the other every other day in between these. We're looking to do Heat 5 or something, or Roblox, as we are getting ready to go here at the Charlotte Oval.
Okay, for a second,
Charlotte Legends
I thought
Oval.
you had it as a rolling start. And I was gonna be like, bruh.
It is
I thought
rolling
the
start.
inverted starting lineup. Standing start. I thought the inverted lineup was only gonna be for the feature.
We got a car not going, everybody. We might have to. we got IKEA man who's not going here. If Cap's in the chat, you can black flag him or disqualify him.
I see some people. You just said some people crashed.
Yeah, that's just a product of the software, which is weird.
Okay. You have an English presentation on Monday and you suck at English. F. All right.
So,
let's get up towards the front of the field. There we go.
Getting ready. I think the IKEA man got the memo and he's going now. So shout out to
he's
him.
Up there now.
Maybe
They're
he was
going green this
sleeping
time.
potentially.
They are not ready.
Yeah, IKEA's not IKEA man, whatever his car is. He's hauling the mail trying to get there, but we are going green, so we are underway for 75.
Oh, that guy.
We got a spinner, but that's not a caution. Oh, the 18,
Put out
the
yellow
8 interstate
flag.
matters.
Put out the yellow flag.
That was not me. Caution. Caution is out already.
Somebody did it. All right, hang on a second. Let me unmute and ask. I'll deal with it. Hang on, I'll mute up.
10-4, Jay is going to ask there as caution is already out in the Charlotte Legends Oval. Oh my god. Lights out and away we go and they wreck. Yeah, you know, we expected chaos, that's for sure, so I'm not surprised by any means on that. This is where the confusion comes in for the drivers. They have to find out where they gotta be. It's a lot of... Even the cautions are going to be at least a little bit chaotic here. But you can see the leader right here. Number 51. Connor there in second place. Eddie is goated. You're doing great. Thank you, sir. Howdy, Yusuf. How are you? Do you think the next gen car is cool or bad? I think there's positives to it. A lot of positives actually. So I like what I'm seeing so far. That's for sure. I was not happy with the direction they were originally going, trying to produce slower pack racing. But now obviously they seem to have a change of heart, added horsepower, reduced some downforce. What's up?
Did you not turn the iRacing admin off?
The iRacing admin?
Yes.
I don't know. I didn't have to do anything with that yesterday.
Automatically called the caution.
Oh, no. I think I know why that happened, actually.
What setting did you forget to turn off?
I think I turned automatic full course cautions off in the race settings. But I'm thinking in the heat settings I probably didn't.
Oh, you know what? Okay. Hang on, I'll tell them.
Let them know. Yeah. How long are these cautions, I wonder? Pace cars in this lap, everybody. So the caution laps, for some reason, are counting. I made sure I turned... something must have went wrong there. Unless I had originally had to change up plans. I can't remember if I fixed it or not. But this is going to be an absolute wad up right here as we get ready.
We also need to be clearing black flags.
Cap can't do that?
He's probably working on it. I'm not too sure.
10-4.
I don't know.
Back underway.
This is chaos.
Will Byers leads the way into turn one, and we got an accident in the back.
I reckon.
Put it out.
There's a yellow flag again. Okay, well.
Should we restart the session, I'm wondering?
So, Gary,
hey, I'm working on it right now.
Also, you need to clear everything. Clear everything. Clear everything.
And I do that how? Oh, never mind. So I'm thinking we might restart the session because I know exactly what happened.
No kidding.
Automatic cautions is off, but not in the heats. In the heat settings.
What? You shouldn't be doing a heat.
So we might restart the session here. To everybody. If they're there, that is. I think we're going to do that. I don't know where Jay is, so bear with us.
I'm right here trying to deal with stuff.
So I think we're going to reset the session because I know exactly what's causing it. Hello, everyone. This is your daily dose of internet. Is there like a meme around that?
A lot of people are saying restart it.
Chat, we are gonna reset.
I'm thinking we also probably don't need to do a heat. Not gonna lie.
What, you thinking just a 75 lap heat, just sender?
I was thinking we should have just done 150 from the start. That's what I was thinking, but
I mean, that was my original plan, but everybody was against that.
Yeah.
Um,
Really? I've
yes.
seen.
Well, at least in the beginning of the day. So let's just take the heats
Alright.
away. Let's just take the heats away then. We will
Yeah.
do. We'll turn enable heat racing off because originally I wanted 150 laps, and people were like no, and I was like okay, I guess. So let's
Or
just
maybe just do
do.
less than 150. I don't know.
Let's do 125. So practice lone qualifier race.
Hang on a second.
5 minutes is what we're gonna do for that, everybody. And then 125 laps is what we're gonna do. High low. Turn off demo. So what I did is in the heat settings I left them on by accident, but in the actual race settings they were turned off. So I just completely went over that. That was yeah, because I'm looking at it right now. Auto full course yellows are completely off right here. So but what we will do is instead just take the heats away, like I originally wanted. Don't invert. Yeah, no, invert's turned off. Invert is turned off for this one. We're not going to
I
invert.
think what we need to do as well is reassure people that this is supposed to be a chaotic race. This is not supposed to be your normal type of race. I heard a lot of complaining, and I've seen a lot of complaining so far that everybody is racing kind of stupid, and then it's like, well, it's supposed to be kind of stupid.
Yeah,
so
that's the thing, right?
Don't race really stupid either. There is some stupid stuff that can happen, but like, realize this is going to be a chaotic race. You're gonna have to deal with chaos.
Yes. Yes.
And so yeah, we're not going to cancel this race. This race is still going to happen. Just we got to get the kinks worked out.
So caution laps will be counting in this race, by the way, chat. So when you don't do heats, you have to have them counting. That's the only downside. So let's do. We'll keep 150 laps since the caution laps count. But other than that, it's going to be called 2.0 again. But we should be good if we take the heats away. We've talked about the scrutiny already. We will have guaranteed yellows, so don't be necessarily concerned about that. But let's get it rolling then. So think max drivers, we will keep it at 35, and just for 3 slots for myself, Jay, and Cap. Okay. Let's go. Session's going up. Session is created. It will be a minute. It's called 2.0. All right, we're ready to go. What's up with the lightning jersey on your Instagram? Do you not like my lightning jersey? I think it's beautiful. Hello, the guy, Aiden. How are you?
By the way, Gary, how do you clear all black flags at once?
So you just go into the chat, type exclamation mark, clear all.
Okay.
Very straightforward, actually.
Yeah. Also, by the way, you probably don't need to add those cautions in.
Well, it depends, right? Because we're only gonna do it if it's a big pileup. So
I think we're gonna have big pileups. If one race starts happening, it's probably going to be.
They only have one fast repair for the whole 150, though. So you got to use your head a little bit. Hi, Jonathan. It's in the process of creating, but I only left one fast repair because we're cracking down on the hay. Like it's chaos, but don't go crazy.
When we get in there, I'm gonna meet up in here and go in the chat and just be like, "Hey, yo, by the way, this and this and this."
Yeah, Jay
just
can
remind everyone.
Let them all know. So 2.0's up.
We need to work on getting more race directors too.
Yeah. So if you are in the chat, maybe listening right now, if you're racing in the chat, like I said, you don't expect clean racing here. It is kind of, it's almost basically meant to be chaotic, just for a fun kind of night. Do you think a blowover will happen in Daytona, like with like the Daytona 500 you talking about? Because honestly, I would say no. When you look at the next gen car, it's gonna sound weird. When you look at the next gen car, it almost doesn't look like something that's gonna blow over, right? Um, you look at the Gen 6 car, you could see it blowing over, but I know the next gen they're gonna have a massive spoiler on it still, so we'll have to wait and see. The diffuser's gonna make it fly. Yeah, I mean this. How big's the spoiler again? 7 inches or something, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, it's that's a big spoiler. That's a really big spoiler. And they're running that apparently. Did they confirm or was it a rumor that they're doing the same thing for Atlanta? Because that's gonna be something. It's really gonna be something. So these guys only get one fast repair, everybody. So they have to race hard but be safe and intelligent at the same time. Brad K and Carl Edwards all over again. I don't know if we'll ever see something like that again, because I feel like obviously with the wing kind of caused that, but obviously you need like the spoiler, you can still have a blowover. It's just not anywhere near as common. All right, I am loaded in. We'll get going here.
I just had some picture of a Ferrari garage pop up on my screen and go away. I
On
don't
what?
know what the heck that was. On my OBS.
On your OBS. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
It
Interesting.
wasn't on my computer screen. It was just my OBS.
So let me bring up the iRacing menu so you can see it's we have a 2 hour 50-minute limit just in case something we have to red flag or something, you know. Jokes aside, yeah, 2 hour 50 limit, 150 laps. So we're only calling cautions for pileups. How do you join? You look up G Lobbies and hosted sessions, type in the pinned password at the top there of the chat. All right, Jay, attempt number 2, and I think we're good to go now. So what are you expecting here? Do you think do you think they learned anything from the few laps they did?
I'm not sure you could learn much from that, I'll be completely honest, because there wasn't much green. It was green for half a corner, and then it was a caution. But I think that hopefully what they learned is you're going to have to take it easy in this, and also realize it's going to be a race of chaos. And you're going to get hit, you're going to run people over, and it's just going to be a dirty type race. So just get used to it and deal with it.
The only thing I'm going to do real quick is do a hotkey. Exclamation
Where
point.
is the push to talk hotkey? I can't remember where I find it.
Wouldn't it be on your wheel?
Well, I mean, no, I mean the actual setting to change it.
There we go, it works. All right, ready to race, because we don't want to do that. I think it'd be somewhere in control.
That's what I thought.
Say hello to you, Tyler and Cassie. Why does your house look like something that would be in my summer car? It's a beautiful house. What do you mean? I'll do a house tour one day. Devils, Lightning, Tampa Bay is way better than the Devils. Get out of here. You know it. You know it's true. So anyone got predictions of who's going to win as we wait on them to do their qualifying lap? Laps will be coming in right here. Fernandez goes P1, and then Swerve and Irvin goes P1 instead. Shout out to him. He's everywhere lately. Like he'll pop in on I think Ignition. Now he's here on iRacing. O'Brien currently 4th on the board. Surprising to see O'Brien that low. Caleb Pertko goes up into the 2nd position. Martin Roberg. Oh, O'Brien goes P3. Wow, Matt's a little bit off here. You should do a car hunt. Oh, that maybe one day. Yeah, we did that with IDK, or not IDK, Rawgator one time. Do a live stream with IDK player one day. If he presented an opportunity, I would take it. If he ever wants to mess around one night and do a 2-man thing, 2-man booth, here I am. What are you guys thinking about the 2-man booth between Jay and I? Hope you guys are enjoying it. There's Demos, of course. He goes up there to the second position. I apologize in advance for missing turn 1. That's okay. Scott, I know, so you're in the chat. Be ready for chaos. Keep your car clean as much as possible. You only have one fast repair, okay? Only one fast repair is all you have for 150 laps. Now, the bright side is the speeds are so slow, I don't even think you'll leave first gear. Maybe go to second. So, you damage a car, it's actually not a huge deal here. But keep that car clean, because you only get one fast repair, and cautions are only coming out unless absolutely necessary, basically. So if there's a pile up, like 5, 6, 7 cars are just piling on into something, we will throw cautions. Oh no, Martin. Shout out to Martin. He spun out after hearing his name. Good luck, Martin. Put up a competitive lap right there. So hopefully we hope to see you do well and avoid the chaos. Welcome back, Pinky. You're a Philadelphia Flyers fan? A lot of overtime games lately for them? So we're just doing a main 150 is all we're doing now, Barry. That's all we're doing. 150 lap main. Simple as that now. Decided to make some changes on the fly right there. Hello, Latifi. How you doing? Did you watch the new F1 My Driver yesterday? Let's see. How much time do we even have left in qualifying here? Another minute.
Minute and 18 seconds.
Oh, Jay is there. Hello, Jay.
Which it's only one person that needs to hit ready up at this point. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't listening because I've been dealing with stuff. So I'm
Jay
gonna
never
up in a
listens
moment
to me.
when they start to grid up. Yeah, that's a good point. When they grid up, I'm gonna full mute and talk to them, and then I will come back in here.
10-4. Do NHL 2022? We don't have NHL 22.
I refuse to buy that unless it goes on sale for like $10.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'd pay that much now.
EA Play is probably going to be on EA Play in a couple of months.
Well, is that on Game Pass?
Yes.
Okay.
Craig is refusing to hit the ready button.
Have you done F1 2021 Breaking Point? No. I've watched a little bit of it and I lost interest just by watching, so I know I wouldn't enjoy playing it, so I never bothered with it. Excited to see where you're going to go? I'll give you a hint. Silver and red.
Go ahead and get muted up and be right back.
Jay will be back. He's going to go let everybody know that there's no point in getting heated over this. It's chaos guaranteed. So, Swerve and Irvin, though. Scott Irvin. P1. Can he hold on to P1? We got guaranteed. So, if they somehow keep it clean enough to not have big pileups, there will be a guaranteed caution. 25, 50, 75, and then between 75 and 150, we will not have a guaranteed caution, like I said, unless we have a pileup. So, Scuderia? No, sir. Not Scuderia. Oh, look at that beautiful Dodge paint scheme right there. And he's got the template and everything. Oh, beautiful. See, this chat is what I want to do for the My Driver series. Get a Dodge template like this. Put it in the game. Then there we go. We have Dodge in the My Driver career mode. So.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back, Mr. Cook. I was just complimenting that beautiful Dodge paint scheme.
Beautiful Dodge paint scheme. Who has it?
He won. Swerve and Irvin.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Basic, but still hot.
On board with the pace car driver.
Well? It is a Challenger.
What body is that on, I wonder? Oh, it's Camaro. It's a Camaro body.
Yeah, Camaro, but a Challenger stuff.
Oh, no, it's the Mustang. No, it's the Mustang. It's got the rear
Mustang
lights. Yeah. Still looks great nonetheless.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, now that I look at it from the front, I can see the Mustang stuff. But still, yeah, it do look really good.
How to
Alright.
join the race? Look up G Lobbies and hosted sessions. Password is pinned right there on the top of the chat. Getting ready to go. So Jay and I, Matt, Cab, there's 4 of us that can control everything.
I'm interrupting real quick.
Hi.
Question.
Yep.
We're gonna go a lap down if we pit. Are we gonna get wave rounds?
Yeah, you wave them, clear everything if like anything happens. But we're basically gonna be clearing everything all night long, no
Okay.
matter like what the circumstances.
Yeah.
All right.
Unless we hand out a penalty ourselves.
Yeah.
All right. See you.
Just
Have fun.
Have a good race.
O'Brien starts P5. Guarantee you he'll be down to 12th at the exit of turn 2 because he's gonna get wrecked. It's a pace car driven by someone. We're gonna call him Bofa. Bofa is the pace car driver. So he's finally learning. He's finally learning how to turn left tonight.
Let me look at something real quick.
This is gonna be interesting. I want to see how many cautions do you guys think there will be? There's guaranteed 3 at 25, 50, and 75. But other than that, do you guys think we're gonna see more? Like I said, the criteria. Jay thinks so. I think so as well. But the criteria is there has to be a legitimate pileup. If 2 guys, say the 13 of Swerve and Irvin and second place of Elliott Drummond, go and wreck each other, that's not gonna be a caution. But if they wreck each other and bring in 5 others, then that will be a caution.
Yeah, I think that if we see a wreck start, it's going to be pretty hard to avoid it, in my opinion. So I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much they can do, right? There's not a whole lot of area to go as the green flag is out. Lap 1 of 150. Swerve and Irvin leads the way into turn 1, and he locks up that left front, but he gets through. And there you go. You got Demos already up the inside, and Jay, we're already seeing a passer lead here in just the first few corners.
Yeah, Demos had a great 1 and 2 there, and you saw Scott get locked up in a turn as he gets dumped right there in turn 4, actually. And there was also a bit of an incident that's going to continue to pile up because...
keeping it green. We are keeping it green. We are keeping it green. As they continue.
Yeah, they
oh, the 47's around. 47's around in the back, he gets it back going. Now, the one positive about this race is, you know, you're only in first and second gear, so if you really destroy your front end, it's not the end of the world, actually. You still have an opportunity. Demos putting cars a lap down. Already, we got 3 wide action. We got door-to-door action here as they dive down into 3 and 4. Demos continuing to lead the way, but Jay's got Caleb Pertko there in that beautiful mellow yellow car, actually hot on his tail, trying to put some pressure on.
Yeah, and I believe that was probably because Demos was struggling to get through traffic a little bit and it allowed the 21 to catch up to Demos. But we already saw that it got chaotic really quickly there, and now it's kind of settled itself out a little bit. There's not really much crashing going on around the track anymore, so I guess even on a short track like this, once you get things settled out, the crashing kind of stops.
Yeah, I mean, surprisingly, we haven't had a crash in a couple of laps here. They're actually doing pretty good. The 29, oh, that's Benjamin Walker. That was my pick from Daytona last night. He has gone around as he's just going to get it fired back up now and going here now as we continue to see some side-by-side action. As we got cars missing their front ends already. There you see the number 13 of Scott Irvin. He's not where he wants to be now after a very rough start. He's all the way down towards the bottom part of the top 20. What about Matt O'Brien? He's just in front of him there in that 10 car. And Jay, you know what? I think my prediction was right. I said he'd be like down to 12. Oh my goodness. We got
spun himself out of turn 2. There goes our lead change.
We got crashing everywhere. They somehow
There's a big crash
my
in the
goodness.
Back, actually. That one might be
Put it out. We are going to put it out, I think, maybe.
Okay.
That will be a caution here. That was utter chaos going on absolutely everywhere right there. So we are going to put out the caution for that. But yeah, what a start.
Clear all. Make sure we do that.
Yes, sir. Personally, I'm impressed, Jay, that we actually made it 7 laps.
Yeah, I am too, I'll be honest. I did not expect to see that happen, and especially with the way the race started off. It started off as everybody was wrecking everywhere, and then it's almost like it happens at normal tracks where you see the field get kind of spread out a little bit and the wrecking stops. That somehow, on a quarter-mile track, that somehow happened here as well. But obviously, at some point you're going to come across a large group, and that happened there, and we got the caution brought out.
So they can get back as many laps as they want, basically, here, which could lead to some chaos even under caution. But nonetheless, 10 laps complete, 150 lap event. Even Jay with the pace laps here, I mean, we're still looking at 30-second pace laps. So no matter what, under caution, under green, this race isn't actually even that long.
Yeah, I did the wrong darn thing. Whoops, I typed in clear wrong. But yeah, this race is not going to take that long at all. and it's gonna just once again, I think, be filled with more cautions and more chaos. We already have a ton of cars that are that have lost parts of their vehicles. We've got a ton of them that also have scrapes everywhere, and we've also even seen Demos get into a little bit of an incident by himself. So this track, I think, is going to provide for a lot of chaos tonight, and we've already seen it so far, and I don't think we're anywhere near done, considering we're only on lap 11, which actually, it's surprising that we're already on lap 11.
Yeah, how much is iRacing? Expensive. It depends on how much you're looking to get from iRacing, really.
Yep.
But a track is about $12 or so, a car around a similar price, and that's for each track and every car, so it racks up very, very quick. You want 10 cars? Well, that's over $100. You want 10 tracks? That's going to cost you over $100 as well. So,
Yep.
basically, say one car, one track, in between 10 to 15.
We're letting everybody get their laps back, right? No matter
Yes, sir.
as many laps as they want.
Yes, sir. As many as they can before the green, and we will continue. What I'm doing is I'm just hitting the 4 key on my keyboard like every 20 seconds. But the pace car lights are out, getting ready to go back green. I mean, after even Demos spinning himself out, he is leading the way here. But, I mean, you look at just, Jay, this is how you know it's going to be wild. Second place right now, Joseph. I mean, he has no front bumper.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars up here that have no bumper and have no rear bumpers as well, and I just saw some cars kind of getting into it there as the restart is already underway. But, we have a little bit of contact. I say a little bit, that's a lot of contact, but they're able to somehow keep it clean. Some stuff going on in the back as the Brandon Brown machine goes around and some more chaos, but nothing too bad so far. And it's honestly much cleaner than it was to begin this race.
Benjamin Walker trying to move his way back forward. There comes the number 29, just piling on in there. Around goes the 11. We got 3 cars involved there. No caution as they are keeping it clean so far as we continue to see chaos everywhere. But like I said, it has to be a legitimate pileup to warrant a caution here tonight. But we do have a guaranteed caution coming in just 10 laps time actually at the conclusion of lap 25, or if we get an actual caution within about 5 laps of that happening here as we continue to see action all over the track here. Now, Jay, I feel like the best thing about this race, highlights of this race or positives about this race, that's kind of hard to find here, but one of them is that, well, you destroy your car, your chances are still alive.
Yeah, you can really work with a car that's got no front end or rear end on this track. It's so short and there's not much speed involved in it at all. It's really all about how you get through the corners, so you can make a destroyed car work. And we've already seen a couple people do that, and so far, Demos is putting on a little bit of a clinic here so far.
The 22 loses it there out of turn 2. The Tide 16, he's currently just parked it right now. He's probably waiting for the best opportunity to get back out on the track, and the leader of Demos actually nearly makes contact with him. He's now throwing it into reverse as we continue to see Mosteller and Benjamin Walker, the duo of those two known to be very, very strong in iRacing, currently run P1, P2. Hello to Matthew in the chat, by the way. Absolute chaos here. You see, Jay, I mean, right now it's kind of a bit of a logjam over there. Most of the pack is all in the same area, down the front straightaway into turn 1.
Yeah, the entire track, or the entire field, sorry, is pretty much all in one spot, and that's going to, I think, once again, create an incident, as we already have one there. A lot of cars missing it somehow. There's really only
the 5
involved, and that Demos had to go into the grass to avoid it. That might be a need for a penalty clear there, potentially. He might have already just gotten a slowdown penalty, though. But yeah, somehow, in that incident there was only a couple cars.
Demos is piling in, too.
Right behind it.
Absolute chaos. The caution is coming here in a couple of laps time here for the competition yellow, so it is not the end of the world for anybody. The 22, they're dumping the 47. Oh my goodness. Now the race directors have authority if they see something completely blatant. They will penalize a driver for it now. So if it's just accidental, it's whatever now. But one car I'm noticing that might be causing a bit of issues is that Brandon Brown machine. That's number 68. So we're going to definitely keep an eye on him, as the caution actually does come out now. So one of the race directors has thrown the caution. That will be counted as the competition caution. And Jay...
yeah, I can see why.
Yeah, we see some chaos here. We just watched Demos pile into, like, I don't know how many incidents, and he's still leading this thing.
Yeah, he's had a pretty large lead the entire time so far, and I didn't check to see what it was right before the caution there, but I know when I last checked a couple laps ago, he was about 4 seconds ahead of second place. And I would imagine it was potentially a little bit farther there, but he had one of the cleanest cars in this field. Still does. And yet he's got damage all over it.
Look at that number 87 right there. It doesn't look good. but it looks better than, I would say, just about 3/4 of the grid. And you can see right now we got cars looking to make pit stops as well. You got cars trying to get their laps back. So we're trying to hit the 4 key as much as possible to make sure nobody's getting penalized, trying to get their laps back, people trying to pit as well. So cautions are just as chaotic here as the green flag conditions. It's pretty crazy now. As if you're Demos, Jay, I mean, look at this. You're not safe even as the leader under caution. You're trying to stay out of the way and avoid chaos just like that right there.
Yeah, because people are hauling the mail trying to get through to get their laps back, and I saw one person cut through the grass. I don't know if that was on purpose or if that was just solely to keep from running over some drivers in front of him, but there is a lot of people flying around this track at the moment, and I would be very unsafe if I was one of those people on the lead lap. I
Oh
think you
God,
actually
yeah.
want to be a lap down right now because you can fly through the field, not have to worry about getting ran over.
Benjamin Walker, second place currently.
Need to be clear. Dang it. Okay.
Even if there's no penalties, I'm still hitting that 4 key. I'm just like, hit that 4 key, hit it, hit it, hit it.
Yeah, I don't have mine bound. I need to bind mine.
You can just go into, I think it's option, and then
Yeah, I need to do. I'll probably just do that real quick.
but you continue to see people working on getting their laps back. Like we said, under caution, they can get as many laps back as they possibly can until the lights go out, basically, on the pace car. But even then, they're still able to at least try and get around one more time. As I believe the pace car lights, are they going to go out this time by? Yes, they are. We are going green flag racing this time by Matt O'Brien. He's working on getting some laps back as well there. As he goes all the way around. Matt O'Brien, he started up inside the top 5, but has not been having a very good race, to say the least, here since then now. As we have some people, of course, know Matt O'Brien as the Nitro Racing League owner, but unfortunately today, so far, things not looking good for the Bristol race winner from last night, the Xfinity cars, as we're back underway here on lap 30. So that counted as a competition caution. Guaranteed caution at lap 50 now as the number 5 in the Brandon Brown machine as well. They go way off course now. As if we continue to see issues from that Brandon Brown car, we definitely going to have to throw a penalty in his direction now as we highlight on him. That is Vincent. As we as well have cars in the pit lane doing repairs currently, or they have parked at the 16. He's going backwards, but you see Musteller there, Jay. He's pulling away already again.
Yeah, he is very quick compared to the rest of this field, and we're seeing 3 wide. I think for third or 4th place at the moment. There's a lot of contact going on back there. Somehow, for the most part, able to keep it clean. But you look at almost every single one of these cars up here towards the front of this field, and they're missing at least their hood or their front bumper, if not both front bumper and rear bumper.
And around is the number 25, but Demos continues on his way. He's going to send one up the inside of the number 16 machine there. That is a lap down again. He has a guaranteed caution, of course, at the end of lap 50, so he has a chance there. In the background, we got a couple cars coming together. There's a couple cars around on the back straightaway, but for the most part, they're okay. The 18 makes some evasive maneuvers, goes through the middle. The Brandon Brown machine again around. Goodness me. I think we've seen him spin the most, probably, of anybody tonight so far. He's having a rough go. We'll see if he can continue to maybe still get a good finish here now, as we got these guys piling on in on the exit of Oval Turn 4. Absolute chaos, but that is exactly what this is all about. We knew it was going to be chaos. That was what we were promoting.
I want to check something really quick, so just don't come to me for a moment, because I think I might have just seen something from the Brandon Brown car.
10-4. Jay is potentially reviewing an incident, but...
Okay, no, we're okay.
10-4. We got some smoke just pouring out of the back of the 22 there as Demos continues. I mean, he's over a second ahead currently of Benjamin Walker. And Jay, with the chaos race this is, I mean, obviously anybody can... It's almost like a play track. I mean, anybody could technically win, but we're seeing the 2 big guys actually still running P1, P2 somehow, which is, I'm still very surprised about.
Yeah, and Demos has obviously, I think, been one of the luckier ones, too, to get through the wrecks and be able to keep his car clean enough. That from the 22.
Center in there.
That was one of the biggest sins we've seen all night long. That was certainly something from him, and he just completely missed turn 3 right there. Actually, it looks like he's going to the pit road. But Demos has certainly been one of the luckier drivers so far, as his car is probably the cleanest in the field. There is no clean car in the field at the moment. There's just cleanness, and it looks like Demos is one of those.
Demos has done a tremendous job actually here so far, keeping that car in one piece. He's got a bumper. He's got both bumpers on the car, which I don't know if there's anybody else in the field that can say that actually, other than him now as they dive down into Oval 3. Now my question is, Jay, how many cars are going to finish this race, do you think?
Not as many that started, I can tell you that much. There's
good prediction.
yeah, there you go. That's one easy way to get that prediction right. There are certainly already, it looks like, a lot of cars that are off track, because we started with, I think, 21 or 22, and there's certainly not that amount on track. There's nowhere near that amount on track right now.
Demos continues to lead the way. You said you missed it in chat. Well, don't worry. You have an opportunity to do one more race after this. That is Radicals, a free car at Talladega Super Speedway for 40 laps around that 2-mile oval, 2.5-mile oval there, as they have a bit of a pile up there. Just 2 cars, so we will keep it green there. We want to see at least 5 involved and 1 specific accident to bring out a caution, but we still have that competition caution coming here in just a few laps at time at the conclusion of lap 50. So Demos continuing to lead, but that gap's pretty stable between him and Benjamin Walker in that number 29 machine. Hope they're having a fun time here now as they dive down into 3. And as well, we got Scott Irvin in 3rd place, but you look at that. He's all the way. He's just now entering turn 1. In 3rd, we got the 51 IKEA machine.
No.
What happened?
Brandon Brown was spun on the track and decided to gas it up right in front of Demos.
Oh, Lord.
Spun him around.
We might have to look at penalizing the Brandon Brown machine here. He's had some problems all race long so far now as we continue to look at the field now. So Demos is completely missing his front bumper, the 21, the 47. They've come together in turn 4 as, oh my goodness, the Brandon Brown machine again. As, who is that exactly? We're going to find out exactly who
Vincent,
that is.
I believe his name is Vincent. Yeah, Vincent. I can't say his last name. I don't know his last name. I don't know how to pronounce that, but he's in 15th place.
Well, let's see what he does right here down into turn 3. Keeps it clean for the moment now as Benjamin Walker now leads the way in this race now as we're just a few laps away from that caution here. What
just
chaos.
dumped with 51 right there.
He dumped him?
Yeah.
All right, that's could you potentially hand out a penalty to the number 68, just a black flag, I think?
Okay.
And then if he continues, we will disqualify him. That is the current plan as Benjamin continues to lead the way. Caution coming in just a couple laps. Benjamin down the back straightaway into 3. I mean, look at the just chicanes, you could almost say.
1 lap.
Do a one lap on him there in that number 68 machine.
Oh,
lap 49.
I hope that didn't double penalize him because Cap get it right as I did it too.
That's okay. 2 laps, maybe even better as they go down into 3. He might not obey the black flag there. He's actually getting bumped from the leader of Benjamin Walker. There's Matt O'Brien, and then number 10 going to go by as well as they dive down into turn 1. And for now, he's keeping it relatively clean, but caution coming this time by as they go into 3 and 4 for the final time. Side by side, it's going to be between the number 29 and the 22, and caution will come out right there at the line. Competition caution here on lap 50. So everybody has their opportunity to get their laps back once again. It's piling up under caution now. Oh boy. Jay, we've gotten the product we were aiming for. That's for sure. Chaos.
Yeah, certainly chaos. And there's some drivers causing more chaos than others. And there's also some that are able to somehow survive the chaos than others, like Benjamin right now in first place. Demos, for the most part, until he had that unfortunate incident with the 68, has been able to avoid the chaos most of the night. And there's only, before this caution, there was only 3 drivers on the lead lap, but I think we're going to have a lot more than that when this restart goes, because I hope a lot of them know they can get their laps back.
Well, we saw under the last caution, of course, everybody was hauling the mail, to say the least, to get their laps back. So I would expect that to happen. You can see right now everybody is on the move here. As we look, where's the pace car? There's Benjamin Walker leading the way now with less than 100 laps to go. These laps are going by pretty quick. Less than 100 laps remain already now. This actually might be the quickest race of the night, which is hard to believe. As we look on, we're definitely keeping an eye on that number 68. I think we see another excessive, we'll call it, incident from him. We're definitely going to look at disqualifying that number 68 machine as he goes by right now to get his lap back. But Jay, look at that 5 car. Kyle Larson paint scheme. Smoke pouring out the back of it. The 68 makes contact with him, but smoke pouring out of the back of that car, and that's a car that could still win this race even in that condition.
Yeah, he's been smoking like that for the last, I don't know how many laps, because the laps fly by so quickly, but it has been a long time, the last 5 or 10 minutes. He's been smoking like that and somehow been able to keep it on track and still run decently competitive as he slaps the wall again. I would have to assume that he's out of a fast repair because you certainly would have already used it by now with the car being in that kind of condition.
Well, I don't know.
68 goes spinning again.
What do you look? I mean, you still got just under 100 laps to go. I think you try to hang on as long as you can to that fast repair because we only gave them 1. We wanted to, be pretty strict on them for this. So I feel like you still hang out Because there's one more caution guaranteed. Do you maybe take it then at lap 75?
That's a good point. That's a very good point too. Yeah, you can try and save it to that time at lap 75 and just keep getting your laps back. Because I mean, you can see there he's got a car that is smoking, and he's still able to run decent laps. Let me see what position he's in. He's in 10th place with a car that's smoking like that. So, I mean, you can keep it working, and you can make it work at a small track like this. It seems like a couple of them might have taken their faster pairs that time. I see that the 25, who's passing him now, it looks like he took his faster pair because his car is mostly clean. Demos is on pit road. Perhaps he's taking one.
And we're going green this time, by the way.
I do agree that it's perhaps a little bit too early to take it. I look back toward the front of the field, and it's just chaos. People
Did the
everywhere.
68 get a DNQ? Not yet, but I'm pretty sure it's about to happen as we get back underway. I mean, even if you're Demos, oh, the 11 just throttled up too early. And around he goes into turn 1. He didn't even make the corner. And oh my goodness, we got cars piling in there. And somehow only one car gets caught up in all that mess as they continue on. And we look there real quick. Demos, he was in the pit lane now. Is he even on the track anymore? He might have actually... Oh, there he is right there. So he did take the fast repair. Actually, interesting decision there from Demos. But because we're not even at the halfway point as Benjamin Walker leads the way through turn 3 out of turn 4. And Jay, even after all that, there's still only, 4 cars on the lead lap, which is pretty surprising. Jay's not there. We continue on as we watch down the back straightaway into Oval 3. So Walker doing a tremendous job. You still see those 3 guys on the pit lane. Unfortunate for them now, as it's just if you're Benjamin Walker, you're just hanging on the best you can to this next caution. I feel like, what do you think, chat? Do you come in at the conclusion of the lap 75 caution for your fast repair, or do you still continue to try and save that fast repair for as long as humanly possible? I would love to hear your feedback here now. As Jay is back. Oh, Demos,
Whoa!
He's around, and the 29 of Walker just turned a lap car around. I can't even say I blame him, as Demos has got some front end damage now. As he just dumped Matt O'Brien. Okay, he dumped Matt O'Brien. Oh my goodness, Matt O'Brien is not going to be thrilled about that.
I saw Karma saying something in the chat right as you mentioned that as well. I'm sure that Karma might not have been happy about that.
Yeah, well, Karma knows what the situation is. We're just here to have chaos in this first race of the night and second race of the night, actually, because the Radicals are going to be just as insane, Jay. As I feel like this is more of a, we could almost say a teaser of what's to come.
Yeah, and the Radicals, they're going to be exciting as well, I think. But I think that I think there's certainly the opportunity to race that more race etiquette-like than there is here. Here is just, it's all about chaos. And I mean, we have the car leading right now without a front bumper and the entire sides of it scraped up. So the Radicals, you won't really be able to do that, but it's still going to be a chaotic race. And I think we're going to see several people 4 and 5 wide at times around Talladega, and I can't wait for that. We could also see some people trying to make moves on the apron, and that could potentially create some giant chaos or be very successful for them.
You see how many drivers are out, by the way. I mean, there's not many cars left remaining already here tonight as we're closing in towards the halfway point. Demos continuing to try and rally his way forward. Right now, he's all the way down in the 8th position. But we have guaranteed laps back, of course, that you can get as many back as you possibly can under the next caution here. But he has currently scored 3 laps down. So we'll see if he's able to rebound from that now as you continue to watch these guys go at it. But Jay as well, the less cars we get because of people crashing out already, I mean, the odds of a caution coming out after this next caution could be quite significantly lower.
Yeah, we've seen a majority of this field now pretty much taken out, and they're still all staying grouped together, though, for the most part. So there's still a very large possibility that we could see a caution happen because a lot of these drivers are still right there together. So we're certainly seeing at the moment this race being a lot more clean than I thought it would be, but I still don't think we are done with the wrecking. I don't think we're anywhere near done with the wrecking.
Walker continues to lead, but it looks like he does not have quite the gap that he has had recently, and then it actually just jumped up to about 2 seconds now. So that gap changes relatively quick as I'm trying to get to him. There he is right there leading the way into turn 1. Scott Irvin. That Dodge number 13 is trying to run him down as the 25 goes spinning. We got a couple cars piling in here in the background, but overall, they kept it clean. 5 laps until the final guaranteed caution of the night. Demos has turned the number 9 around as he's been certainly making some contact here throughout this night as we got the 47 side by side with Irvin now as the 68 even in this race. He is no longer in the race. I'm not sure if he actually got disqualified or if he left as Jay noticed something. What happened?
Yeah, I just went back to Swerve Irvin and I saw him just completely take out the 47. So I'd imagine that wasn't on purpose, but it just caught me off guard to go back to him and see him be taking out a car.
And there you see that Swerve Irvin machine right now, not looking the best of anybody, but I mean it's still looking raceable to say the least. Caution coming here in just a few moments time, and then from that point on, we have no more guaranteed cautions. Depending on the situation, of course, if we have a big pileup, there will be a caution thrown now, as you continue to see everybody just trying their best to survive, basically, here tonight in the Charlotte Legends Oval. Now you see Demos Mosteller 3 laps down, scored in the 8th position still. You got Martin Rohlberg in the number 37. He's currently running P6 right there. Is that him? Yes, it is. Well, it says 37, but he's got number 47 slapped on there. We're going to throw the caution here in just a few seconds' time. Once Benjamin Walker comes through out of turn 4 to cross the line. There he is right there in that number 29. Caution will come out for the final time guaranteed on the night here now as they're going to rack them back up. And Jay, I mean, we look at that leaderboard. 10th place. 10th place is 7 laps down. I mean, and we look as well. I mean, pretty much if you're out of the top 10, you're pretty much out of the game already.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard to get all those laps back under this caution. I think it's hard to get more than 2 or 3 back under the caution. So we might be able to see those drivers down to 9th place get their laps back this caution. Perhaps maybe only down to 8th place, because I think O'Brien might have been 4 laps down coming into this caution. But I still would not be surprised if we have another caution before this race is over with. So I think that there's still some time for people to get their laps back and still make their way back into this race. However, once you get below 10th, like you said, they're 9 laps down, 18 laps down, 30 plus laps down for some of those drivers. So going to be very hard for a lot of these guys to make all their laps back up and get back on the lead lap.
O'Brien trying to get some laps back. He's 2 laps down. So, I mean, O'Brien, Mosteller, they have the best chances of the people a lap down or multiple laps down to still find themselves at least in some form into the mix here. Was there a problem there, Jeff?
I have some stuff screwing up on my OBS. Hang on a second.
Swerve Irvin, P2. Drummond there in the 3rd position. We look through that leaderboard right now. So you got Elliott Drummond, Will Byers, Martin Rohlberg filling up the top 5. Joseph, he won almost at Sonoma last night. If you guys were there for that final lap chaos, what a race that was. But Joseph center off into that final hairpin. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. Kermit the Frog here says, love the idea of total chaos, but I feel like it should have been either no damage or unlimited fast repairs, as that would keep more people in the race. But yeah, we're definitely looking at alternate, alternate formats in the future of this. So don't you worry, Kermit. Are you doing an F1 race tomorrow? Nitro F1 will be live here on the channel, so stay tuned for that here. Oh, Finley was here. Only time I'll get to type for the rest of the week. Hope you all have a great week. Stay safe. Thank you, Finley. Good luck with the tournament. I was wondering where you were going to be so you could call the start, but we get back underway. Benjamin Walker leads away. Demos has managed to find himself back on the lead lap here, and we're going to pay attention to his machine. Where is he? He's all the way just now entering turn 1, but he's on the lead lap. Very crucial for him, but we do know he guaranteed uses fast repair already, so we'll see what he is able to do as Benjamin Walker continues to lead the way past the halfway point of this race here at the Charlotte Legends Oval. So, Jay, I don't know if you're currently there. As a big move from the 25, but past the halfway point, laps are going to wind down quick from here on out. And like I said, no more guaranteed cautions. What's the situation here? I mean, if you're Elliott Drummond in P2, I mean, if you get to Benjamin Walker, how do you race him at this point?
I think you gotta race him respectfully, but you also know that you might have to rough him up a little bit to get past him, and that's just simply because there's not many passing lanes on this track. You're really going to have to move them out of the way in order to be able to pass somebody here. So there's still a lot of time left in this race to sit in 2nd place and just, excuse me, geez, and just kind of ride behind Benjamin at the moment. But you notice, I don't know if you noticed, but Demos is back on the lead lap down there in 6th place. So I think we can expect him to be hauling the mail here to try and get back up to Benjamin in 1st place.
And you look at Demos right there, and the Demos Hub car dives down into turn 1 right now. I mean, his car is looking pretty good at the moment. Matt O'Brien, he still finds himself 1 lap down, but I mean, we've seen people get caught up in chaos pretty quick, so we'll have to wait and see what happens now. As you can see the 88 out of shape right there, that Budweiser paint scheme, the number 22, he's gone around. As you look at Martin Rohlberg there, P5 currently in the lead lap as well, and he's done a good job overall so far in that number 47 race car. Jay, I think he's been kind of quiet but consistently staying on the lead lap and staying up towards the top 5.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of drivers do that so far. There's been, I
Oh,
think, 3 or 4 of them that have been on the lead lap all night long, and man, it is getting chaotic up here towards the front. Oh, as we see there, Benjamin going off track a little bit, and now we're going to have Elliott taking the lead just for a moment, but they're still going to be side by side into turn 3.
Drummond to the point on the exit of oval 4, as this is an oval, so it don't matter. It's turn 4 as they go down into turn 1. So Benjamin Walker has lost the lead. Swerve and Irvin there, and that Dodge just behind in 3rd place. But I don't think this battle for the lead is over yet, Jay, because Benjamin is still right there on the back of Drummond into 3 and 4.
Yeah, I think Benjamin overall has a little bit more pace. And you saw it right there. He's able to get to the inside in turn 3 and 4. Now to his inside in turn 1 is there's a blinking car right in front of Benjamin, so that's actually going to hamper his pace a little bit. But still able to get the pass done. Almost not clear just yet. But down to 3 and 4, a little bit of contact with the lap car still. But Benjamin doing a really nice job of getting that lead back and showing that he does have the better pace.
Swerve and Irvin, he's come into the mix as well, as we got a blinking number 9 car there. As now you can see Drummond, Elliott Drummond's really paid the price for dealing with this lap traffic. He's 3 wide around the outside now, and somehow he does a good job there. A tremendous job, actually, keeping it on track. As Mosteller, Demos, 8 seconds off of the lead right now. And Jay, I mean, 8 seconds sounds absolutely terrible, but I think the one positive is you can make 8 seconds up here in very quick amounts of time if certain things go wrong for the leader.
Yeah, but the also unfortunate thing about that at the same time is 8 seconds is almost over. In fact, a little bit over halfway a lap down. So I think for Demos, he might need another caution to get himself up towards the front of this race still. But lots of things can happen. We can have everybody in front of him get taken out in each individual one-car incidents and not have a caution come out, and suddenly he finds himself in the lead. So still a long way to go in this. And still also the potential again for another caution because there's quite a few cars around each other at the moment.
22 coming into the pit lane there as you continue to see Swerve and Irvin try to close in a second and a half behind Benjamin Walker in that number 29. He's actually, ever since he's destroyed that car and lost that front bumper, he's actually been able to keep the car pretty much the same condition here now as the numbers are dwindling. We're losing participants as they continue to have damage and crash out now, as well as we're closing in on the final 50 laps already here in this Legends Oval race, and coming just after that we will, like I said, have the Radicals at Talladega on the way. 40 laps is what the current plan is. Maybe we could look at, we'll consult everybody, maybe think about doing 30 or something, because 40 laps does seem like quite a long time there as O'Brien and the number 11 come together down into 3 and 4 right in front of the leaders, and it looked intentional to me.
Watching them. Yeah, I was watching them and I saw that they made a little bit of contact, and then the 11 kept swerving left a couple of times to get into O'Brien, and then obviously he swerved left again and got them both right there. So I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it certainly looked like it was to me.
And focus back towards the lead. I mean, look at Swerve and Irvin. He's gained some time on Benjamin Walker. So hold on, this battle is not over yet. Coming up to lap 100 of 150 here in the NASCAR Legends Oval chaos-filled race here, as they are still going to have to, of course, work their way through lap traffic all race long. And Jay, I don't even know, but do you think tire wear could actually come into effect at some point throughout this race if these two maybe have an actual legitimate battle for this race victory?
I'm sure it could. You're on these tires kind of hard, I believe, on the brakes at the very least, but I'm not sure if you're putting enough load on them on any other parts of the track to where it would really wear them that much. The only time you're doing so is under braking, because you're not really getting up to.
Wow!
Whoa, the 11
man!
Still, the 11 still all over the track, and that's going to cost some time there for second place of Scott. But I don't know if you're putting enough load on these tires to really wear them, so I don't think that's going to be much of a concern towards the end of this race.
I mean, you look at the strategy currently, Swerve and Irvin there in that number 13 red Dodge. He currently has less laps on his tires. I mean, less than 80 laps on his tires compared to Benjamin, who hasn't actually changed tires at all in this race. He's now done, of course, 102 laps on those tires. So interesting to see the comparisons, and we'll see if that has an effect. And then you look back there, Drummond has the least amount of laps on his tires compared to the two drivers in front of him. So we will see if that maybe does play a role. But Jay, of course, brought up some great points there about tire load and stuff, and we'll see if it has some type of effect here in these closing laps of this race. Are you doing Heat 5 tomorrow? No, sir. We will be doing Formula 1 at the Nitro Racing League. Jay, do you know what track they're racing at for Nitro F1?
Portugal, I think, or Spain. No, it might be Spain. I'm
yes,
sure
it's Spain. I remember, yes. We will be doing the Spanish GP. You saw Swerve and Irvin fall victim there to a lap car that refused to get out of his way, and he just about took the leader of Benjamin Walker out there. Oh my goodness, just about became a wrecking ball as he dives down into turn 3. There he goes. He makes the corner properly. This time he goes a little bit wide there on the apex. But Jay, I mean, if you're a lap car, what's your racing etiquette around these leaders, or you just really don't care?
I think we've seen some that don't care, but I know if I were in it, I wouldn't want to be wrecking them and trying to race too hard around them, because it is very easy to make a mistake and oversend these corners, or perhaps try and go too deep into a corner and spin out or something like that. So I think that I would take it easy and not try and create an issue for them, but we've seen several of them so far tonight that don't really have that mindset and are going to race. They're going to race whoever's around them, no matter who it is, whether it be the leader or somebody on the same lap as them.
And we, of course, got Demos continuing to try and move his way forward. You see Matt O'Brien, he's hanging in there. Oh, man, there's a car around. There's the number 11 again. He's kind of been similar to the Brandon Brown machine. As you continue to see that 87, though, of Demos trying to close in. But, Jay, he's actually lost a tiny bit of time after the whole course of this run. He is now closer to 9 seconds behind. But I think what's crazy is after all of this chaos so far to start this final stint towards the finish, he's still within the same 8-second behind bracket.
Yeah, he really. I've been watching his time a little bit. It's been this exact time.
Oh my God!
Last several laps, and he really hasn't gained or lost any time. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for Demos, but he's been able to keep himself clean so far. As there's about as big as of a pileup as we're going to be able to get with the amount of cars we have left on the back straightaway.
That was flirting with a caution.
Some drivers still, certainly some drivers still able to cause some chaos around here, even with only the 13 or 14 that we still have left running.
21 comes into the pit lane there. Matt O'Brien continues on his way as he's trying to just survive the chaos. He's 2 laps down. He's 2 laps down and in the 7th position. That's just, of course, the nature of this event. The battle for the lead is still going, by the way. You got just behind Benjamin Walker Drummond in that blue car, basically the Ford Mustang concept kind of paint scheme there. A little bit of some subtle differences there, but they're still going at it for this front position, and we're already closing in towards the final 30 laps. Whoa. Benjamin up the inside of the 51 IKEA car, and man, Jay, honestly, I think he's being pretty aggressive here, but at the same time, he kind of has to be because he's got Drummond there, actually. Elliott Drummond still putting on a lot of pressure, and even Swervin Irvin there in that number 13.
Yeah, and I'm sure he also wants to be aggressive as well, because we've been through, what, 100 some odd laps so far in this race, and he's dealt with lap cars a lot so far, and there's been several of them that have not moved out of his way, so I'm sure at this point he's taking the mentality of, all right, if you're a lap car and you're in my way in a corner, I will just bump you and move you because I have to go second and third or right behind me.
And there you see Elliott Drummond as well as Scott Irvin trying to make a pass here on that number 11. We are keeping a close eye as well on that number 11 here with the racing etiquette now. As obviously not a lot of racing etiquette at a NASCAR Legends Oval we've seen, but there's still some form of it that is needed. And we're seeing him, at least right now, not give these leaders too hard of a time, thank goodness now, as Benjamin's going to make a pass on that number 24 DoorDash Toyota Camry right there as he continues to have nearly a full second lead at this point. You see the scoreboard right there, now only 5 cars on the lead lap. Roberg there continuing to run in the top 5. Demos now within the 7-second bracket. So I see Yusuf in the chances. Do you reckon he's out of the battle for the win? I don't think he's out yet. Jay, what do you think Demos' chances are now? I mean, he's actually just over 8 seconds back again. What do you think his chances are? Wow, that 11 again.
I was watching the 11 for the last couple of laps, and that actually gave the lead away, actually. Elliott took the lead away, but there's some contact between those two. Benjamin able to keep it straight, but that will put Elliott Drummond in the lead. And also I noticed that Scott Irvin got loose last lap and has lost some time on these two, but now we see Benjamin still stuck behind that 11, and the 11 full sends into turn 1 and 2.
That 11 is definitely flirting with a disqualification very shortly here as he goes down into turn 3. Walker's got some work to do now if he wants to get back into the mix. And Jay mentioned Swervin Irvin. He's fallen off a little bit here, and you see Mosteller. Now it has closed in a little bit, but it helps when, of course, you got a lot of chaos going on here, as you can see everybody working their way through. But there's Demos. Yeah, I mean, right now, Jay Demos and Martin Roberg, they kind of have a luxury right there all by themselves right now.
And I was just looking back at the lead. Benjamin has made his way right back up to Elliott at the moment, and it still looks like, I think, that he's a little bit faster than Drummond, but now he's going to have to find a way to get around him, I think, without being too aggressive, and I'm not sure if Benjamin wants to be aggressive on Drummond. I think he wants to race him clean, and at the moment, he's not able to find a way to get around him so far.
We got a car taking the full oval, by the way, here on board with the number 21 of Pertko. He's full sending here through the oval. as we're going to focus on the actual race at hand, though, as Walker. And now Walker, he's able to get back past that number 1 of Drummond down into turn 1. And we only have 26 laps to go. That's not a lot of time. And Jay, right now, I mean, the front 3 drivers, this probably might be the last time all race that they have some space to actually race.
Sorry, I was reading something that weird down in chat. Can you say that again?
I was saying the top 3, they have this luxury right now. There's no one really around. This might be their final chance to actually race each other properly.
Yeah, they're not having to deal with any lap cars or any cylinders around them at the moment, and that actually is a lot. Same thing for Scott as well. Scott in 3rd place has gotten clear of anybody. He actually looks like he might be gaining up a little bit of time on them, but there is a couple of lap cars in front. The 18 not going to be too much of an issue for either of them. And Benjamin, I still think, has just a little bit overall better pace than Elliott at the moment, but Elliott's sending it hard there in 3 and 4, not wanting to give up.
Hello to Tyler Tinsley, by the way. Benjamin Walker leads the way with 23 laps to go, and he has, I mean, oh my goodness, that 11 just about pulled right back on track in front of him. Go ahead. As you see, Demos, 9 seconds back at this point now, but Benjamin Walker, I mean, has dominated this race here today. Now, is that 11? Jay, did you disqualify him or not? He's still on track.
I DQ'd him. Or I didn't DQ him, sorry. I black flagged him for a lap.
I disqualify. I just disqualify is what I do. But it looks like he might be off the track now.
Yeah, he is serving his penalty, but I'm going to go ahead and disqualify him.
And there you see that this battle, it's not over. I mean, after all of this chaos, it's coming up to 20 laps to go. It's been 130 laps of just non-stop chaos. And here you have these two, Benjamin Walker, Elliott Drummond, within 0.5 of a second of each other as they dive down into 3 and 4. And Jay, I mean, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen here between these two?
I'm sorry, I was just reading what Cap said to me. These two, I think, are going to keep the race it clean. We've seen them race it clean so far this entire race, but when it comes down to the end of this race, when they get to the last couple laps, if Elliott is still right there, will he still keep it clean, or will he want to take a move on Benjamin that moves him out of the way? I don't know if we'll see Elliott do that. But it also would not surprise me because I think, once again, that's gonna be what it takes for Elliott to get past Benjamin for the win here.
I mean, the thing is, with this track, obviously got chaos, but the numbers are dwindling as this race continues to go on with this chaos, and if you're not making mistakes, it's actually relatively hard to pass here. So I feel like the bumpers got to be used if you're a guy like Elliott Drummond, if of course the chaos does not come into effect here and alters the finishing of this race. And I think if you're certainly Scott Irvin, you're hoping that happens, because now we're seeing him continue to fall back over 2.5 seconds behind now as the number 51 goes around in the background.
Yeah, I agree with that as well, that you really are going to have to be aggressive with somebody in order to get past them. There is no real passing lane here. There's really no time to pass because you're just in slow corners and then you're on a straightaway for a couple of seconds. So I think that if Elliott is going to get this pass done, he's going to have to be aggressive. But once again, I don't think he's going to do it until the last lap or last couple of laps. But, you know, one thing we still have to come is those last 5 laps, everything goes. So we might see Elliott immediately as soon as we hit that just start to do everything he can.
Race etiquette out the window.
Benjamin. Yeah, and just do everything he can here. So who knows? I don't know if we'll see that actually happen because these two have been keeping it clean the entire race so far. But Elliott might be considering that when we get down to the 5 to go. By the way, Cap disqualified himself, so we're down a race director.
Cap disqualified himself? Did he do that on purpose?
Yes, accident, I think, but I don't know how he did it. He just did it.
Shout out to the race
still has
director.
admin, never mind.
Oh, okay, there you go. But we continue to watch this battle here, now heating up with 12 laps to go. And I mean, right now you're seeing Drummond close in a little bit here and there as that number 29, no front bumper on that car, but it is hanging on here now as that number 1 of Drummond. Jay looks like he's able to get a lot more of a sharp exit. He actually gets into the back of the number 29 of Walker. They're side by side and they keep it clean, but I was saying it looks like he's able to get that car to turn off the exit a lot better, maybe through the center as well.
Yeah, I think perhaps we're starting to see a little bit of tire wear maybe for Benjamin. You said he hasn't changed tires once this race, and I think that might be starting to bite him a little bit because Elliott is able to hang with Benjamin a lot better than he has been this entire race. And I noticed with that contact there last lap, every single lap I see Elliott locking up his tires into turn 1, so I think it's just a factor of he sends it a lot harder than
he's
Benjamin
pushing
does.
hard.
There was just some contact there. Yeah, so that was just once again a racing thing between those two. But perhaps some tire wear now is starting to affect Benjamin.
Benjamin there right on the back of that Interstate Batteries Toyota Camry number 15 there. As we continue to see Elliott now, he's starting to close that gap once again to that number 29. He's reeling him back in. I see Chris saying he bets Drummond's gonna win. Who do you guys have? Do you have Benjamin Walker, or do you have Elliott Drummond, or maybe do you have Scott Irvin, who's third place, kind of lurking in the back? If these two wreck each other, Scott's got a good opportunity to come in and steal this win. And Jay, I feel like 7 laps to go, but if you're still on the lead lap, you still might have a chance to win this thing.
Yeah, I certainly agree with that, especially if we see these two in the front get involved, and perhaps Scott is not able to avoid it or gets himself involved in something else. I think that you think you have a good chance at the moment. And I was just checking where Demos is. He's fallen down to 10 seconds off, so no real chance for Demos unless somebody wrecks or unless we get a caution, which I think is unlikely, considering how many cars we have left in this field. But these two at the top, or at the front still, Benjamin and Elliott, putting on a really good show so far. And Elliott has once again caught Benjamin. Now we're gonna have to see if he's gonna be able to find a way to get around.
Does he use the bumper as he goes down into turn 3? Not close enough to use it right there. But, I mean, you can see right now Benjamin Walker's got a couple of lap cars. He's got that number 88 Budweiser Chevrolet down in turn 1. He missed his braking zone.
We have entered the no racing etiquette zone, by the way. We are 4 laps to go. So we have now entered the time where you can do anything you want to.
Oh,
and
my
you can
goodness.
see there from Benjamin as he full sends the 51 and uses him as his brake.
Well, there you have it. Anything goes within the final 5 laps of this race, and I think we're about to see that come into effect here as well.
Whoa. If
that was
only
close.
Lap people, not lap down. Goodness, the 22 there, 20, whatever card is, almost wiped out Elliott.
Coming to 2 laps to go already in this race. Drummond, he's going to need to find something here. But, I mean, Jay, I think all he's hoping is to have a chance to be close enough to just send it into turn 3.
Yeah, and he's keeping it real close on Benjamin right now, and I think he's going to look to possibly do that as we come around to grab the white flag. Elliott is going to be close enough to make a move. Let's see if he does it in turn 1 or turn 3.
Final lap underway. There is a lap car, the Interstate Batteries Toyota. Here comes Drummond. He's
Whoa.
there. Actually, he probably had a chance to hit him, but he didn't take it. And into 3. Oh, he's going to send one. He's gonna, oh my goodness, what a crossover from Benjamin Walker. He played that perfectly, and he comes through to still win in the NASCAR Charlotte Motor Speedway Legends Oval. Jay, wow. He saw it coming, he prepared for it, got on the brakes, let him overshoot the corner, crossed him over, and still won.
What a job there by Benjamin, and what a try by Elliott. Elliott knew he had to try something, so he just decided to full send through the grass, and Benjamin slowed down enough to not let that happen. And what a drive overall from Benjamin. He took the lead and really never gave it away for more than a lap or two. And I mean, just look at that car. He won this race with a car missing a front bumper. There's damage to the rear bumper. There's damage to the sides of this thing. And this is the car that won this race. This needs to go into some kind of show car Hall of Fame.
The G-Lobby Hall of Fame.
Yeah, exactly. We're night 2 and we already have a car that should not be winning a race. This is Eric Jones type stuff right here.
I would bring Benjamin into the booth or something, but he's actually not in any of the voice chats or anything. So congratulations to Benjamin Walker. Wins race number 1 of 2. We have 1 more race to go. So shout out to Benjamin Walker, who picks up the win. 87 incidents for Scott there. Scott, you tried your best, man. Congratulations on the P3. Martin Roberg there, P4. Nice job from him. Demos, what a rally back. Only finished 5th, but still a good rally back from him. And then Jay, look at between 5th and 6th, there's a 2 lap difference. But overall, as we get this next race set up and prepared to go, I mean, Jay, that was exactly what we had. It was what we planned. It was absolute chaos.
Yeah, exactly. There was chaos throughout that entire race, and it's exactly what we thought it would be. It was just a race full of people being able to wreck each other and full send each other and just drive like you normally wouldn't drive. And that's what Chaos Night is all about. It's all about just driving as frantically as you can and erratically as you can, and whatever happens, happens. As I see Benjamin, by the way, is in driver's chat.
Oh, is he?
If you want to bring him up here. But that was just a fantastic job by Benjamin of being the less wreckful of everybody there.
Well, let's see. Let's find Benjamin. There he is, right there. We are going to pull him in here now. Is Benjamin? You got a copy, sir?
Hi.
Hello. Congratulations on the Drive to Survive 150 here at the Legends Oval. Did you not make a pit stop all race?
Nope.
It worked out apparently.
Down I think I was down 300 RPM or something. I was just well, I don't want to use my fast repair because Demos, he had to use his fast repair because his temperatures were going way. But that was just a troll bowl.
The
That's all
Troll
I
Bowl.
gotta
Yes,
say.
that's a good way to describe it. A troll bowl.
The 2022 troll bowl.
There we have it. That's an official event coming your way now in the future. There, it's a great name.
Every year we have the troll bowl.
January 14th, 2023. It's coming. Maybe the downforce loss or horsepower loss maybe helped you there, but I just want to ask about the
Didn't full send
final.
corners as much.
Well, yeah.
I was still running 15.6s, 15.5s, and stuff. So
Well, what did you think of the last lap move there from Drummond? I mean, Elliot Drummond. We expected him to send it. Well, he certainly did.
I was just like, well, I know this from F1 games. You just gotta turn right at the last second, and then turn back.
And you crossed him over beautifully, by the way. I mean, you nailed it. So, great job. That was your first win in the G Lobbies. I hope you're enjoying it. It was utter chaos, but I mean, it was what we planned for. So,
I mean, that's how every race is. Like Daytona is just chaos. So,
nonetheless, congrats on the win. Your first win, you'll be added to our little stat sheet there. We will let you go. I don't know if you're doing the next race or not, but if you're not, have yourself a good night. Should be? Okay. We hope to see you there. But we'll let you go. Congratulations on your first ever win in the G Lobbies.
Thank you.
That was Ben Walker. I picked him to win last night in Daytona. He did not do that. So, but he finally wins here. Now, as we are going to get the next and final race. We only got one more race coming, so I hope you guys are enjoying. But, chat, what do you think of it? And Jay, what do you think after seeing that? What do you think is coming here in this next race?
I think we're going to have much of the same thing. Maybe not the same exact type of chaos, but I think this race is still going to be chaotic and just flat out be a really fun race to commentate. I believe. I think that what I'm most interested to see with these is how many lanes you can go with this. If you can go 4 or 5 wide, and then B, just if anybody's able to make the apron work. If you can make the apron work here, that could be huge, but it could also be, I think, very deadly.
Shout out Jacob Riffy, by the way. Have a good night. You said, where's the Discord? I can send you the Discord right here. Because we have 2 Discords now, by the way. The main one for my main channel, which is right here, and then the G Lobbies one. Shout out to Pinkie Pie Egg. Have a good night. So we're gonna get this final session ready to go. So we're gonna do 35 laps. I think 35 laps is a nice way to go. 5-minute practice, 5-minute qualifying. So you gotta go right away. Radicals at Talladega, free car to use, by the way. So anybody can really join. Talladega is not a free track, I don't believe. But
nope.
Other than that, everything is, of course, free. I think, Jay, it might be in our best interest to allow more than one fast repair for this one, though.
Yes, I would have to agree. More than one fast repair, and then also I think we have to consider potentially shortening the race, but I don't know. I think 40 might still be okay because it's only 8:30, but I'm not too sure how quick the laps are going to go with these cars because they don't go very fast.
Yeah, they're not the fastest cars on the planet. That is for sure. So I'm wondering what setup we should actually use here. By the way, I'm thinking we might use the California one. Let's see, setup ideas for Radical. Anyone? I think the California is the closest we're gonna get to anything decent here because everything else is just set up for basically. We could just use the baseline setup. But we will see here in a second. We're going to get the rest of this set up. But what do we think in chat? What car? Yeah, they're racing the Radicals. Free car. Homestead setup. Is there a Homestead setup? Yes, there is. All right, yeah, let's do the Homestead one. I just want to make sure something's oval based. So.
Wow. So the team that Rush Chastain is on just got announced for the iRacing 24 Hours of Daytona, and that car is hot.
I saw Verstappen is doing the 24 Hours of Le Mans, the virtual one, which is cool. So we are going to allow 43 cars at max, but three of those will be basically for admins. So we are going to get this lobby set up. So it is going to be called Going 2.0. I'm just going to leave it as Going 2.0. But we're going to add How many fast repairs are we thinking, Jay? 3, 4, 5, somewhere in there. I'm thinking
I don't know if you should do 5, maybe just 3.
3. Okay, 3 attempts at a green white checkered.
All right. I'm
Hi,
gonna
Matt.
say it. We're probably gonna rev limit.
We could change the track. What would you like to do, Matt? O'Brien, 4.
I just bought Talladega, so I swear to goodness.
Matt's not there. Oh, he's here. He's just staying dead silent.
I don't know.
What would you like to see?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we could do something at Talladega. I just if
We
don't
could do
say
it.
you're gonna do something and not have
Okay.
an
Okay.
idea ready for the
So
situation.
we're gonna stay Talladega.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
Matt be
like,
wilding.
if you
Yeah,
didn't have
Matt's
a set,
always
you
wilding.
need if you want to do something like this, you need to have a setup ready.
So we're gonna get ready. Now I wonder, real quick, could we pull the Talladega setup out of a cup car and throw it in there?
No,
No. Okay. It's worth
they're
a shot.
completely different.
You never know. Well, I know what they were saying. They should use the Miami setup. So we are gonna get ready to go.
I just think we're gonna rev limit.
35 laps around Talladega, everybody, and we're gonna get this session opened here in just a second. Just making sure everything is good. Cap is at least a D class, right, Jay?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. All right. Make a bunch of fast repairs. Well, see, if we add a bunch, it'll be just death. Constant death, you know? So I think we will stay at just the 3 that we had. Just to kind
Yeah,
of
I'm fine with 3.
be a little bit calm on, we want a little bit of race etiquette. So, all right, so 43 maximum, 3 fast repairs, 35 laps. And they only have 5 minutes of practice, so it's not a whole lot here. Let me make sure, actually, that the time is correct, because we do not want to have a nighttime Talladega race, do we? Yeah, it's at noon. Okay. We are good to go. So go on Lobbies 2.0. 69 fast repairs. How do we feel, chat? As many people as you can. I don't know how much of a turnout we'll get. We'll see. Do we join a driver? Do we join a driver or team? Do you mean in the Discord? For now, just do driver for now. Just do driver for now.
Just say, Gary?
I was just talking to the chat.
Okay.
We will have some news next week, maybe, on a potential league in the future. Not a whole lot of info currently, so stay tuned. But like I said, we're hoping to have something. My session is not showing up now in the hosted races. I look up G Lobby and it's
Yeah, I
just not
haven't
there.
seen it the whole time.
I'll give it a second.
I've been looking at it and seeing. You're not planning on doing any more of these races over the weekend, right?
No sir. So we will be taking a break on the weekend.
All right. I think we need to take this weekend.
Oh, it's up now. It's up now, by the way.
Yep, I just saw it pop up. I think we need to take this weekend to try and get some stuff officially set out for these, and then also get an idea of what we want to do for the league and an idea of what we want to do rules wise and such.
Yes, I agree. You got to update the radical. Welcome back, Matthew. How are you? You're starting in the back again, Scott. We'll see how that works. See, now Karma did bring up it might rev limit a little bit here in this race. So everyone's going to be basically clumped right together. And it's going to almost, you could say, come down to just not crashing, 35 laps. We'll see what happens. after tonight, so tonight was just more of a we approached tonight as just like a screw it, let's just go mess around kind of night, which we're gonna try and aim to do that once a week. The next one we do, we're back to more of the legitimate side of things. We're gonna have like Arca again at a normal track, Xfinity Cup and stuff. We're aiming to do hopefully every Friday more of a screw around night. We're gonna call it and just do the like really
Let's call
silly
it Chaos
things.
Night.
Chaos Night. Why didn't I think of that?
The Going Chaos Night.
Tyler Tinsley, making his Going Night in Canada debut. I don't know what to expect. Expect death. Hi, Ethan, by the way. You're all iRacing out. How much iRacing do you do in the last few days, Matthew? Maurice made it. You should make it to where it's just a train on the top and you get a DQ if you go to the bottom.
Me too.
We'll disqualify anybody that passes someone. That'll be the new...
Jeez.
Alright, let's get in. Actually, yeah, I do think they are going to rev limit, which is going to add like a weird, I would say, element.
I'm looking to see.
Now, I know these cars don't go very fast, so basically you go to an oval, they are going to top out. And at a track like this, they're definitely going to top out.
Yeah, it looks like they're redlining.
There you see these two going at it. So you know what this means, Jay? I'm going to see the apron used.
Probably, yeah.
So that apron's going to add
a... have to worry about though is if that's going to rise up the temperatures.
Well, that's another point. And as well, we aren't going to... if you go below the yellow line here, we're not going to penalize you for passing below the yellow line. So it is okay. Now, if you go below the yellow line and cause a big crash, we very well might, you know, give you an EOL for that.
Okay, you're not redlining if you have no draft, but if you have draft, you're right on it. That first red light pops up. Should you have considered doing maybe even no damage here?
I mean, we certainly could have. If you run a BWD car, like this guy. Now, Jay, the one promising thing I'm noticing is there's still enough for them to get a run and make a move. As we're seeing.
Yeah, they're not redlined officially. Goodness. They're not like fully redlined the entire time, but you can certainly
that's practice over already.
But I feel like, so I think one thing already, if we do Chaos Night, I think Chaos Night is just no damage every race, no matter what.
What do you think about that, Chad? No damage for Chaos Night? This is our first night trying it, right? So we're brand new to this, but I mean, that does actually sound kind of appealing in the future. Just no damage on Friday nights, basically. We're going to aim to do something like this every Friday.
Don't forget to hit ready to race.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Pretty much every night this week, fun race on Monday, league races Tuesday and Wednesday, another fun race last night morning. Man, you do a lot of iRacing, Matthew. Swerve and Urban says, no damage. Can't be any more chaotic. You know, that's a good idea. Just add no damage and just throw everything out the window.
Yeah, because if it's supposed to be Chaos Night, then no damage. You know, damage doesn't matter. So, I think from now on, no damage on the Friday nights.
Hello, MJ. So next week as well, when throughout the week, we're probably gonna do this. We're gonna somewhat aim for like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, somewhat kind of deal. And on Monday and Wednesday, Jay and I, we're not gonna once again go fully into it, but we're planning a quote unquote channel points salary system. So if you're competing in these, there will be these things called salary points that you can earn if you plan on wanting to join the Going League in the future. But we will talk about it more next week, because these first two nights were just more Jay and I wanting to practice, learn the system, see what it's all about. And then that will lead us, of course, into the coming weeks. So we'll have more information next week when we actually start to do more legitimate things on Monday and Wednesday with Arca, Xfinity, cup cars at short tracks, mile and a half tracks, plate track here and there, road course, etc. Your other two iRacing groups keep you busy during the week? I mean, you gotta have something to do, right? Personally, I don't do a whole lot of iRacing. Like, I only do it, well, I mean, I do my driver all the time now, so I guess I am doing it quite a bit. But was this inspired by NR Night in America? It was definitely, I took inspiration from that, because obviously I've competed in IDK Players races, and they've always been fun, interesting and fun. And then, of course, Moon Car as well, so I just kind of wanted to do my own spin on it. The one difference is obviously we have a two-man booth with Jay and I, and wow, look at the gap right now. I don't know where that time came from Benjamin, but he is over a tenth ahead.
Mm-hmm.
How do you find that? I mean, you look at everybody else, Jay. They're all close.
Setups, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just making sure he didn't have a setup.
I don't know. I don't know how he found that time compared to you look at everybody else.
Well, there's PJ
okay.
going kind of close to him.
He's relatively close there. So, hello, MJ, by the way. Shout out to Yusuf, moderator Yusuf in the chat. We have a big turnout here. You know, this is going to be something. 3 faster pairs.
Yeah,
Jay, do you think they're going to go through all 3?
I think there's certainly going to be some people that go through all 3, especially if these cars keep packed up like we think they will because of how close they get to the rev limiter. I think that we will see some people certainly use all of their faster pairs. 40 laps is a lot of laps, and by the way, lap 2, we're seeing a lot of people hit times.
Yeah, they're finding way better pace. Yeah.
So yeah, lap 2 is certainly your better time right now.
I remember watching DLB TV, Danico 500, and you almost... Yeah, I remember that race. What cars did we drive? Was it Xfinity or ARCA? Because I remember doing that race. I just don't remember what we drove. I feel like it was... No, it was ARCA, right? Because I did the thumbnail for that race. IDK came to me. He was like, hey, could you make me a thumbnail? And I was like, sure. And I made him... Because we did the Cars theme, and I did some editing on the thumbnail for him. Like, I put in the eyes on the windshield to make it look like a Cars character. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
And then I sent it his way, and then he put the Dynaco logo and stuff.
So are we gonna put a double yellow line rule in?
Oh, so we were talking about that. No double yellow line rule, Matt, but there is a catch. If someone goes below it and just causes a huge crash, then...
Gary, the fastest way around the track is below the yellow line.
Hey. If like I said, if you cause a big crash, then penalize them, a 1-lap penalty, or Jay and I can do it.
For you to do it.
Yeah, no, don't you?
But I'm just saying,
yeah, you don't have to worry about
run
it.
below the yellow.
Yeah, so they can do it. They can go below it. It's just at their own discretion. If they cause a crash, they get penalized. And EOL. It's Chaos Night, Matt. Did you hear Did you hear like the pain in his voice when we just told him that?
He did not.
He was like, "Lord help me."
Let me let the group know real quick. I'm gonna mute up in here and then I'll come back.
Yeah, like don't cause a crash doing it, please. So, we're ready to go green for 35 laps around Talladega and Radicals. I want to hear your opinion, Chad. Do you think this is gonna be like an absolute disaster? Because I'm pretty confident it is. Will we get our product here? We aimed for chaos on Friday night. Are we? We got it all ready for 150 laps at the Legends Oval. So let's see. Good luck, Maurice. I know Swerve and Evans was here in the chat. Good luck to him. Tyler Tinsley's up there in P7. You got Andrew Goodman, Martin Rohlberg again in the top 5. Benjamin Walker, Elliot Drummond, Matt O'Brien, PJ Bozowski is on the pole. So we'll see how these guys fare out. No Demos in this race, so there's a little bit of an advantage for some of these people. Oh, Swerve and Irvin starting at the very back of the pack. So we'll see if that strategy works out for him. Will you ever do a Wreckfest stream? I wouldn't rule it out. It's just, I have to plan out like 2 hours of like something I legitimately want to do. Usually I can only take like 45 minutes of Wreckfest at a time. But I wouldn't rule it out for like a Sunday fun day kind of deal. We would never do like a whole stream devoted to it, actually. So we could probably work it in on a Sunday fun day. We could maybe do it this Sunday. Hello, Jay.
There was some weird stuff being said in that chat.
Weird stuff?
Yeah, I don't know who it was because I didn't see, but it's weird.
Okay, welcome back.
Pretty sure my voice got called sexy.
Oh.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
So, Chad.
I
On
don't
that
know
note,
who it was.
on that
I
note,
don't know what kind of race they're thinking this is, but
they're down
yeah,
bad.
that was true. Down bad.
Okay. I was not expecting that when Jay came
I
back.
wasn't either. I got done and he just
I'm
goes,
uncomfortable
"Who was
with
that?"
Jay telling me that.
I just kind of sat there, just said nothing, and I chat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh God. Let's take down the tower here. Let's bring up the very
They're
quick.
wrecking. They're wrecking already.
They're wrecking.
They're wrecking in the back.
Oh, we got a
Cars
flip.
flying.
We got cars up and over.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to
He's
know.
stuck on his lid.
I don't want to know.
He's got a toe. He's stuck on his lid. Oh, that poor guy.
I don't want to know. I don't even want to know. We're not even gonna look for it.
He was trying to brake, and the person behind him didn't brake. Oh my god.
Look at that.
A lot of ARCA brakes.
Let me clear all penalties in case there was penalties there.
Yeah. No current penalties. Okay. Delay green, says Scott. Can we do that?
We can. I just don't know what the. Unless I go in delay green. No, unknown command.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't
Actually,
know
I
how
was
to do
hoping
it either.
we were just hoping you did. There was a crash in the back.
Well, if they lack that much talent, they probably.
That's a
don't
good
deserve
point. Well, we're going green this time by then because we genuinely don't know how to do it.
It was
I think
Scott that
Scott
ran
got.
over.
Yeah, I was gonna say Scott was the victim of someone not slowing down.
Yeah. Actually, wait. No, Scott just didn't slow down himself.
Oh, where is Scott? Is he on the track still?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Oh, F in the
It's pace laps
chat.
+1. He said. He said it's.
Oh,
estimation
the
one,
pace car's
laps
pulling off now,
+1.
though.
Okay, well, rip.
If we would have known that,
We'll know that for next time.
yeah. Why didn't I know that actually? Because I do pace laps -1 in my driver all the time.
Nice.
But getting ready to go green. Here we go. So Jay, do you think these guys
Yeah, you can throw
are
yellows,
gonna?
Cap.
Yeah, you can throw yellows. Do you think they're gonna wad it up here on the apron?
Yes, I certainly think that we're going to see somebody go to the apron and not be able to hold it, and cause something to happen. We can already see them diving down there already.
Oh Lord.
Oh man, I think this would be good to do again and have no damage on. I'll be honest. I already like this.
This is about to be 35 laps of just complete death. Okay, no better way to describe it. There, as you see everybody trying to get sorted out. As right now, Matt O'Brien, he's going to the front. And there he is, getting a nice push by Benjamin Walker down this back straightaway. And honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, Jay. This is longer than I thought they were going to go without the crash.
Yeah, they've done a nice job, an excellent job this first lap, and they're doing a really nice job of keeping it clean. And I think they're also doing a really nice job of racing each other at the moment. And I am liking what I'm seeing. I think this will be a lot better without damage. However, they're able to keep it clean so far. So I think this is certainly a good idea. Is there going to be 3 wide almost? Like they are tandeming at this point.
Look at this. Through to the end of lap 1, Benjamin Walker leads the first lap. Tyler Tinsley up into the mix. You got Drummond, who is in the mix, of course, to win at the Legends Oval. You got Matt O'Brien up here, and somehow this is cleaner than ARCA at Daytona, and it's more wild. How does this happen? Or unbelievable scenes so far is look at this whole line of cars on the apron, and Jay, I mean, we're seeing them go even down to the almost the second apron, you can call it. Oh, they got an accident in the back. The white car goes around. That's just a 1-car incident. I don't even know if that should be a caution as he continues
They
on.
are 4 wide also, by the way, right now, which caused 4 wide caused an incident
baby.
there. But 4 down into the corner, yellow flag is
Caution.
out, by the way. I don't know who called it. However, I don't know what else it just showed on my screen, but okay, Cap called the caution. Let's go back and see if there was anybody else that wrecked. There possibly was.
They were, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. They were doing a very, very good job right there of actually keeping their cars in one piece. And it was only a 1-car accident. I'm surprised there was a caution there, but nonetheless, I mean, we let the race directors control how they feel it's fit to throw a caution. So
Yeah,
we'll
the
try
field got clear by the time that caution was called out, but
I think it was Walker
I
that
guess.
wrecked. It was.
Yes, it was potentially. He
So-
might have been voicing for a caution, which, if so, we need to make sure that the drivers voice for that. But
Oh,
that was still much cleaner than I was expecting, and honestly, I'm still okay with ranking it up.
he was a victim of getting hit by Vincent here, who has a very big
Is it the same
overreaction.
Vincent?
That is the same Vincent.
Oh boy.
You see right here, he sees the blue and white car of O'Brien coming back up the track, and he reacts to that quite over excessively, I would say. And unfortunately, Benjamin was there, so not much Benjamin could do, unfortunately, in that
Oh yeah, I see that.
situation. I mean, not a huge deal, just an unfortunate deal to start the
Yeah,
race,
yeah,
but
yeah.
impressive that they that was, first of all, Jay, that happened right at the front of the pack, and they only had one car crash.
Yeah, I think that everybody had enough time to get out of the way of it, fortunately, and that also could be a product of these cars being so slow as well. You have time to kind of react, so that actually could be a good thing. We may not see that many large crashes because of it. And I'll tell you what, the racing was a lot better there than I was expecting, and I'm pretty impressed with what we saw there for the first 2 laps.
Some pit stops actually underway. I mean, might be a more of a let's get out of the way kind of deal there. Hello to Gucci Gamer, how are you? Chat, hope we're enjoying the stream here now. Final race of the night. As soon as this is done, we are wrapping it up. MJ says he just saw my driver where you got a penalty. Yeah, that was unfortunate for you. So MJ, it's a glitch with the track. So like your AI, like basically cut across the pit entry. It happened last season too. So I think next season I might actually take that track off the schedule. But nonetheless, they're getting ready to come out of their pit boxes here. Pit stops are pretty lengthy in this car, so they are going to be on the pit lane for a moment. Benjamin Walker, he's going to need, of course, a brand new car here. Now you can see he's taking one of his 3 fast repairs. So Jay, you've already used 1 fast repair in the opening 4 laps. That's not what you want to do.
I think you're a little bit concerned about that if we are somewhere like we were last race with the next gen at the Legends track, but I'm not so sure with the way that we saw the racing there. I don't think it's that concerning to already be taking one this early in the race because you got 2 more, and this also seemed to be a lot cleaner than I expected it to be. So I think perhaps we can see some pretty clean racing with this.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens now, as it'll be green flag racing, not this time by, but it will be the next time by. Hello, Jacob again. Now, as they're having a weird stack up or something here now, as we have a lot of people on the grid here now. We were expecting, in my opinion, less than this, but we got a good 25 people in here, and we're ready to go green next time by. Chat, you had to choose one driver. Who do you think? Matt O'Brien. You got Matt O'Brien, the Nitro Racing League owner here, as a potential favorite. Do you got the winner from earlier in the night of the NASCAR Charlotte Motor Speedway Legends Oval of Benjamin Walker? You got the leader currently, Tyler Tinsley. Andrew Goodman could potentially pull it off as well. You never know. I mean, anybody can win here tonight. I think that should always, Jay, be the theme of the Friday night chaos races that we do, is give us combinations where anybody can win.
I certainly agree with that. That Chaos Night is all about surviving the chaos, and whoever survives the best can win these races, and that's what happened in race 1. I think, although Benjamin, to his credit, he's also a very good race car driver. I've noticed from the first couple of nights we've done this, but so far here with the Radicals, I think this is also going to be a race of survival.
So we'll see what happens here next week when we start to really dive into things, doing this more. We're looking at we mentioned the channel salary points. You guys don't really know about that yet, but we'll have a whole thing to dive into and let you guys know what that's all about. And if you're in the Discord, you'll really get a good explanation as well. I'm hoping in the future, and a bit of an incentive, and PayPal winners of the races, $10 or so as well, just for their thank you for surviving and racing with us. Just a nice little thing to add in there now. Are you streaming Monday night? Yeah, we got a crash. We got a crash here in the background. Is a green car. Jade, they've crashed more under pace laps than they have under green so far.
Yeah, I see that, and it looks like he either slammed on the brakes or got ran over from behind, and it just created an unfortunate incident there. And I think that might have actually been Scott who got collected in that again.
Oh, not again for
Scott. Like it might have been, but I'm unable to tell because I can't find his car. Yeah, it was Scott. Oh, poor Scott. 2 incidents now under caution. That is not a good start for Scott tonight.
But he's kept his car in one piece under green flag conditions. The cautions are more dangerous so far, statistically speaking. The cautions are more dangerous than the green flag racing here in Talladega, so we'll see how that continues on now. Coming to 30 laps to go. I'm not sure exactly what the fuel range is in this car, but I would assume they can make it there, as it will be Tinsley leading the way on this restart. So excited to see what happens here now, because, I mean, Jay, though, the first couple of laps, well, the first lap in 3/4 was pretty good. Now, I do see the number 10, third place. I think we're going to have to keep an eye on him specifically, but we'll see what happens here. I think we're in store for some good racing.
Yeah, I enjoyed what I saw for those first 2 laps, and I hope we get to continue to see that, because they made good use of that apron there in both turns, and were able to navigate coming back onto the track really well. And we saw some tandems working there. We saw some 4 wide working really well there. So I think this was a good choice of car and track, and I think this is going to turn out to be a very good race.
And getting ready to go back green. We don't have any restart rules. I have not sent any restart rules to anybody, so they have the opportunity to go whenever they want here, and we're not going to crack down on it. So Tyler, I mean, honestly, Jay, if you're the leader, you probably don't want to go right away and catch everybody off guard, because then you're going to be getting completely swallowed up, and I feel like the effect would be even worse in this car compared to a NASCAR car.
Yeah, you have to be careful, I think, if you don't want to jump out too early and catch everybody off guard, and then you'll get caught out in that draft. As you see there, he's going to block a little bit down at the apron, but not too bad. But a really nice restart there. Pretty much everybody was even on it. They all expected it right at the same time. I think he might have went on green, and it did a nice job for the entire rest of the field as well. And there's not that big of a gap this time from the first little pack as there is to the second pack. And I only saw 1 car have to jump out of line, and he's still with the group currently.
Look in the background there. Oh my goodness. I mean, 3, 4 wide moments happening here as they dive down into turn 3. But the top 4 all single file, but 3 wide right there, about 6th, 7th place now as they continue to keep it clean through 3 and 4. You got cars on the apron. You got cars, of course, above that yellow line. And Jay, I mean, I am so glad. I don't know if it's a good thing we're in the booth right now, because it looks like a blast, but at the same time, I'm sure the stress levels are through the roof right now.
Oh no, this is the first race where I am wanting to actually be out there. As we see a car getting in the grass there on
Oh,
the apron,
good
looks like he
save.
might be able to keep it clean. That was a nice job by him and everybody else around him to keep it clean. But I truthfully, so far, really would like to be in this race. This looks like a ton of fun. And especially if damage were turned off, I'd certainly want to be in this, because you wouldn't have to worry
4
about
wide.
damage at this point. So I think that this was certainly a good combination, and it looks like a ton of fun. And man, there they go, there they go. Oh, keep it clean
Wow.
somehow. Nice save by whoever that was. I can't find him to look at his name, but that was a fantastic save.
Arca could never. Oh my goodness. So that was an Arca car. That would have been a lot of death right there. What a save by everybody. Great driving. And somehow, look at this. These cars are going everywhere. They're having moments of just little hiccups, we'll call them there. It's very close calls. And somehow they're still going the right direction here. We're about to do 2 laps. Green flag conditions here with over 20 cars going 3 wide, 4 wide now as we continue to see consistent 4 wide moves happening here. And Jay, I mean, that's I think the best thing about the apron. I think it's good that we don't have a double yellow line rule, because that's allowing people to have freedom and go and make these aggressive moves, but they're doing a good job keeping it clean at the same time.
Yeah, and you can certainly see so far that you can be up on track and still make moves work.
Oh, there they
There's a little bit of
go.
contact in the back. That might have resulted in a wreck. I can't see, but I'm sure it did, because I don't see him in the
2
pack
cars in the
anymore.
grass. 2 cars in the grass. Keep it going. Keep it green.
But it looks like they both able to keep it straight, so that's a good thing. We will keep the race green. But yeah, even though you can go to the there's one going to the inside wall, keeping it straight again.
Oh,
there it
terrible
goes. That's
accident.
gonna be a caution.
Put it
That's
out.
gonna be a caution.
That looked deliberate,
Terrible
possibly.
crash there.
We will get a look at that again there. I don't know why he all of a sudden turned all the way back across the grid. There's another car around up in the distance.
I can already give some insight into that. He was heading towards the inside wall and
Let's
was
see.
trying to turn right, and I assume the car, the tires caught again and just whipped it back right, and he was out of control.
Oh yeah, no,
that's what happened.
He was out of control.
Yeah, he was heading to the inside wall, was probably trying to turn it right to keep that from happening, and then he just lost control and went back into the field, and unfortunately collected several cars.
Not much Eric could do right there. I mean, you can see. We'll take another look at just the TV broadcast here. I mean, he makes contact right there, and he's trying to keep it out the inside wall, and you can see right there, it just nothing. He had the wheels fully turned left, and unfortunately, absolute death for him. But wow, once again, Jay. Before that, that was some incredible racing we were just witnessing.
Yeah, these guys have done a great job so far tonight, and I tell you what, I'm enjoying this race so far a lot. I think this has been the most enjoyable one for me so far of both nights. Although Sonoma and Bristol were very good races on our first night as well. But these radicals, for everything that I've seen so far, and I've heard a lot of drivers across iRacing say that these cars are probably one of the most fun ones to drive. They certainly put on a fun show for us to broadcast.
Martin says in the chat, "How am I alive?" And we look at Martin Roberg right now. He's a little bit further down the order, if I can actually find him. There he is, right there in the 11th position. There in the McLaren Golf Paint scheme. Actually, very nice livery on that car, and just behind the Red Bull of Adrian Beasley there. Maurice Barry, I saw him in the chat. He's currently running up there inside the top 10. Matt O'Brien, the Nitro Racing League owner, currently in 8th place, and we will see, looks like some pit stops occurring right here.
I see why Roberg was saying that. I
Should
found
we,
his
should we get a
onboard,
look
went
at
back to the
Roberg?
crash. Yes, I would very much so look at that. Look at it from his gearbox.
From his gearbox.
Yes.
Let's go ahead here. Let's watch onboard camera here first, and then, yeah, we'll switch back. So, there's the, okay, and we look back. Oh, my God. Yeah, he's certainly, it was close. It was close.
That was close, yeah.
I've seen closer, but that was still pretty close. On board with Roberg now. He's in the pit lane. Drummond out in front.
Penalties, clear.
Elliot Drummond almost won in the Charlotte 150 at the Legends Oval. Shout out to him. He just couldn't quite pull it off. So we'll see what he's able to do here. But Jay, obviously, if we've learned anything, we don't know who's going to win at this point.
Yeah, I certainly would agree with that as well. And I think that it's possibly going to take somebody potentially making a little bit of a dirty move in order to win this race. And of course, on Chaos Night, that would be an acceptable thing. But it looks like it's going to be a little bit hard to pass the leader unless you get something organized on the outside. And we saw a little bit of a tandem on that first couple of laps, and they made it work above the apron. So I think you're going to have to look at working with someone or just, having to flat out dump people.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Is chat, as you guys know, we've talked about it in the 150 race. I mean, we're already coming up on just 25 laps to go. And in the final 5 laps for sure, we have more of a, what do you call it? It's basically a anything goes rule, where we kind of call it here. We're going to do this every night for Friday Night Chaos. Racing etiquette, final 5 laps. If you go ahead and just dump somebody for the win, we're not going to do anything to you. Now, if you do that on the Monday or Wednesday, if we do have those as our scheduled planned days for these other G lobbies that are taking on a slight more serious note with the ARCA cars, Xfinity Cup cars, and stuff at normal tracks. Racing etiquette is still a very, very prominent thing that we will be cracking down on. But tonight, anything goes in those final 5 laps. Once they hit lap 31, they can do anything. They make a really aggressive move, take someone out. Well, we're not going to penalize you for it. You continue on your way, and whatever happens at that point. Solid start for you, Tyler. Yeah, you were looking pretty good there now, but Tyler, I see you in the chat. If you can still type, what do you think your chances are here? Because I mean, it's a lot of chaos. But Jay and I both have been very impressed and surprised by how much cleaner the racing is than ARCA at Daytona last night, when the racing is way more insane. It's a very interesting thing for us to witness here, to say the least. Now, as you see the current grid right now, a couple drivers out, but still over 20 cars in the mix, and we are going green this time by. Tandem works really well. From the practice I did in the core, bumping is pretty sketchy. I mean, Jay, you were there seeing me in the core when we were doing a lot of bump drafting at Charlotte. It's a lot easier to bump draft in a car like this compared to, say, an ARCA car, which we've recently done on a play track the other night. But it's still just as scary, because if you just hit someone wrong, it really shakes that car around.
Can be really sketchy, but I did notice that it does work really well if you can get it completed. So I think that we might see a little bit of tandem drafting happen on those last couple of laps. And I personally enjoy tandem drafting if it only happens for a couple of laps. And to go off topic a little bit, I noticed that the tandem seemed like it could work in the next gen car. So I think that if they could do tandems for perhaps the last lap or two of a stage and the race, I think that is a fantastic mix. And personally, I would also like to see some tandem drafting tonight when it comes down towards the end of this race.
Shadow, yeah, you were on the move. You were doing well there. Sam, you went from 11th to 2nd in a lap. We'll see what he's able to do here now as we're getting ready to go back green in half a lap at time. We hope you guys, once again, like we said, are enjoying this. This is, in my opinion, Jay, actually, surprisingly, I think it's been my favorite race so far.
Yeah,
of the other night and tonight.
Yeah, I certainly would agree with that, and I don't know if it's beat out Sonoma yet, just because Sonoma had even though there was very few drivers there, it had a lot of great racing and a fantastic finish. But so far, this is I think certainly been better than the last race, and it's certainly been better than Daytona and Bristol. And I think that this race could potentially beat out Sonoma for me. It's been very great so far. And these guys are doing a fantastic job of putting on a fantastic race for us.
Getting ready to go back green. Off of turn 4, the pace cars are getting ready to pull in there. You see Ethan says he went from 21st to 4th in one lap as well. I mean, you can make up a lot of ground in one lap, but of course there's a lot of risk in doing that now, especially with some of these 3-4 wide moves. But so far, 25 laps to go, everything's been relatively clean. Now, as we've of course had our moments, but I think, Jay, as we get ready to go green, the surprising thing, the 2 cautions so far, the wrecks have actually been only a few cars at most.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that stay that way, though. I think that we'll still see a big one happen at some point, as this time the leader gets a big jump on the rest of the field, and then immediately they're already getting right back up to him. So either the draft was that big, that quick, or he let off to let them catch back up, didn't want to get sucked up. And there you go. You see he already has gotten past from doing that, I believe. So you don't want to jump if you're the leader.
It looked like he actually backed off a little bit as he realized he got that jump, but I think that actually hurt him more versus if he just stayed in it. So, but what I noticed there is we got a bit of a separation right now between this first group of cars and the second group of cars. They had a bit of a checkup in the background. They all kept it clean, but they lost some time. But you see how many cars there is, so I wouldn't be surprised if they run them down as you continue to see just 2x2 up front here now as we look towards the back part of this grid. And I mean, you got still relatively organized racing here. Wow, 3 wide there on the exit of turn 4. Is that Matt O'Brien here on the inside below the WL line, as they're going to be potentially still 3 wide through the tri-oval. And Jay, we're seeing Matt O'Brien keeping it he's been quietly just staying here. I think he's been the most consistently up here in the mix.
Yeah, there's been a lot of guys that have been able to make some great passes. I haven't seen a pass made like the one Matt O'Brien just made a moment ago out of turn 4. He took it 3 wide right up against the grass on the apron and was able to get the pass done. Now up on the track, so he's going to lose a little bit of ground here in turn 1 and 2, but he does have a couple of drafting partners, and I think that's going to be an advantage for him because he'll be able to tandem push right around the outside. And we also see that group from behind catching back up here. We're going to have some guys hauling the absolute mail in a moment up to this lead pack.
They've got that slipstream, and they are closing in very, very quick. We're going to start to see a lot of moves here in just a few moments' time, I'm sure now. As once they get bunched back together, it just opens the door wide open for some chaos there. Oh my goodness, now. As here that second group comes here into the mix. We got over 10 cars once again back together. Matt O'Brien on the top is going to try and get a push past that BWT pink and white Radical now as Matt O'Brien goes to the lead here in Talladega, but will it last for very long? Probably not here, as he does come through to lead the lap, and we have just 22 laps to go here now in this race. Sam Brochu up in the mix, Andrew Goodman, Elliot Drummond, PJ Bozowski, Caleb Pertko, all up here battling as well. And then a little bit further down the order, you got Ethan Scores, Martin Roberg rounding out the top 9, and Corey Williams rounding out the top 10. But Jay, look at this. I mean, they're doing such a good job right here keeping this race clean.
And they're doing a fantastic job of using that.
Look how far below they are.
And so far, they're able to keep it clean, but I don't know if they're going to be able to make this one work. They're going way down to the bottom here into turn 3, but somehow so far able to keep it clean.
There it is.
Go potentially big crash, big
massive accident.
Crash. That, I said it was only a matter of time to get the big one. As there's the cars flying through the air there.
Commentator's curse.
Was our big one.
Commentator's curse.
I had just mentioned I didn't think they would be able to keep it clean from how far down they were there, and I believe that is exactly what happened. They were a little bit too far down, being a little bit too aggressive there in that second group, catching the first group, and it creates the big one. I mean, that was the big one right there. That was a big crash.
Hello, Ethan Lewis, by the way. That was, about 5 seconds before that happened, I handed it off to Jay. I said, man, they're doing such a good job keeping it clean. Look at them. And then they died. Big time. We are, of course, going to get a look at that one. Wow, that was a big accident, to say the least. Obviously, caution comes out there. But we kind of, Jay, before we look at the replay, I think we both saw that coming because they were way below the line. And actually, they got into the corner and made it work. It looks like they just kind of all eventually came together at the wrong spot.
Yeah, it looks like they actually, like you said, they made the corner work. I didn't think they would. And then I can't tell if PJ was just trying to come up the track because he thought he was clear, or perhaps he got on that seam a little bit between the angled part of the banked part of the apron and the bottom part, and it took him to the right. Either way, he was not clear of Sam Brushu and wound up making contact. And when you have a wreck like that in the front of the field, it's going to be a big one. And boy, was it! There was cars that went in the air everywhere. Almost everybody from fifth on back got involved in this, and there was some cars with some heavy contact here. I think that's going to create a lot of drivers having to use their first fast repair of the night.
Oh, 100%. I mean, look at that chaos there. As we saw multiple cars airborne going up and over right there. Unbelievable there. Maurice says in the chat, I almost made it, so he was unfortunately caught up in that accident. That was, wow. Unbelievable way to start this race off here so far in Talladega. Now we're looking at just 20 laps remaining in this race. So we're already closing in towards these closing moments of this race here. Now is, oh. Samuel Tillis had a bit of a moment there. Around he goes under the pace laps. Once again, another accident under the pace laps. Yeah, like 5 cars. There's a lot of cars that went up and over there, Hendrik Larson fan. Martin says, had a car land on him, and the damage wasn't as bad as lap 2. Let's take a look at Martin Roberg's here. He's been right in the middle of all the chaos. Matt O'Brien, the Nitro Racing League owner, currently out in front here. Now, as we can get an onboard look with Roberg here and see exactly what he saw, because, I mean, Jay, when you look at it, I mean, you look how low that third lane was. I mean, it just didn't look like it was going to work.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was going to work from the start, and really, it would have worked. It's just that PJ tried moving up the track, I believe, and you know, it's really just unfortunate that I think he tried to clear himself, and he perhaps wasn't clear. They could have made it work, and it just, you know, unfortunately that incident happened, but the big one was inevitable. It was going to happen at some point, and we got it right there. And still, I think we made it to almost the halfway point at this point. And if you have either only used one fast repair or you haven't used a single fast repair yet, I think you're sitting in a pretty comfortable position because, you know, the crashes, even though they've happened, I don't think they're going to be that frequent.
O'Brien out in front over Andrew Goodman, Adrian Beasley, Vincent Guicci, Christopher Tignor, Samuel Tillis, Tyler Tinsley, Rafael Ruiz, Sam Brochu, as well as Corey Williams currently are now Duncan O'Connor, your top 10 here. Top 9 All-Americans, and then we got a Canadian there, down to P11, that is Duncan here, as we are getting ready to go green. Next time by pace car, we'll turn the lights off here now. Is Matt doing a swell job so far here. Do you think we could get him in a potential interview here, Jay?
Yeah, we could try.
Let's try and pull him in. Is he currently? He is in chat, so let's pull old Matt O'Brien in here. Catch him off guard. Matt. Hi. Welcome to the booth. How are you? How you feeling? I mean, it's better than we expected.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm actually shocked we're not rev looping.
Yeah, so we're happy to see that, and then I mean the racing is insane, but we're just like surprised that it's somehow cleaner than the ARCA race was. At a play track. But you're going green this time by. I just wanted to say how you feeling here. I mean, we've been paying attention to you specifically. You've been running up front for the majority of this race so far. Do you think it's going to continue?
I'd like to.
You'd like to?
I discovered. I think I discovered a little something.
Oh, do you want to tell us what that is?
No.
There's competitors in the chat, so yeah. All right, we'll let you go. I'll put you back in there, and good luck.
Yeah.
All right, there was Matt O'Brien. We'll see if you can. So, Jay, I don't know what in the world you could find. Any idea?
What?
I don't know what in the world like you could find here in this car.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. I don't know if there's any kind of secret that Karma could have given away there or kept to himself. It's pretty much just full throttle and hope you get a push. I think is really what's going to happen. And also hope that you're able to make it through the crashes as well when they happen, if they happen. And so, you know, I don't know what he's got up his sleeve, but perhaps he knows something we don't about these cars.
PJ, who caused the crash in the chat, goes, I'm so sorry, guys. Thought I was clear. You're all good. It was a close call. We personally felt like that was inevitable. It was going to happen there. Nonetheless, now, as everybody was so aggressive. Hello, Tyler, by the way. You've missed a lot of chaos here tonight. We did 150 laps around the Charlotte Legends Oval about an hour and a half ago, and it was an interesting race, a lot of chaos, and that's the purpose of these Friday nights. Friday Night Chaos is what we're going to call it from here on out, where we try to do combinations of cars and tracks where anybody can win. Skill level goes out the window. anybody can come in and compete for the race victory. And that's what we saw at the Legends Oval there at Charlotte with the NASCAR Cup Series 2022 next-gen cars, and we're seeing that here at Talladega Super Speedway with the Legends cars now as we're getting ready to go back. Green flag racing, Matt O'Brien, Andrew Goodman on the front row. Now, Jay, we saw, I forget who was leading on the last restart, but they didn't time it right, and it looks like, once again here, Matt O'Brien goes a little bit early, and he's going to probably get swallowed up quite easily now. That's the biggest gap we've seen from anybody of a leader on a restart.
Yeah, and you can already see second, third there moving up on him really quickly. Second, fourth, actually, I apologize. They caught him really quickly there, and he's going to try and make a move to the inside already. Matt O'Brien left the apron open, wide open on the bottom there. I'm kind of surprised he did that. I would think he would have covered that off, considering it's the fastest way around these the inside of the corners.
And there they are, going down this back straightaway, relatively organized so far, not a whole lot of chaos. It takes about a lap or two for them to really start get going for that energy to build, and we're going to see that, of course, over the course of these next few laps here now, as they got 5 cars in this main pack, but in the background, relatively single file here now. As Jay, I'm curious to see how that works out for them. I mean, it looks like right now single file, everybody actually, and that's going to allow them to close in on this main group right here.
Yeah, I think that we'll easily see that second group catch the main group once again. We saw it the first time around with a larger amount of cars in the first group they were able to catch. So I think the second group will once again get caught up easily to the first group here. And this time around, they may have an even larger head of steam than they had before. And we could potentially see them go right away, either 3 or 4 wide to the complete bottom of this track. So we'll have to see what happens here as they're starting to gain on them right now.
They're getting close. We talked to Matt O'Brien there under caution. He said he thought he had found something. I don't know what that something is, but we see that green and purple car all the way down there, 2 lanes below the yellow line. He's coming back up the track now, so they all keep it organized and fair racing here as they go down towards Oval 3, and you continue to see a lot of 3-wide action going on here. And now, so far, it's been relatively calmer compared to the most recent restarts, coming to just 16 laps to go. There's a pylon rolling down the track. That's the current incident here as they continue on the way. Oh, Matt O'Brien's around.
From the lead. Matt O'Brien gets turned.
Caution is out. What happened to Matt O'Brien? It looks like a single car incident. I'm a bit surprised the caution came out, but nonetheless, caution out in Talladega. We'll get an immediate look at what just happened to the Nitro Racing League owner of Matthew O'Brien here in Talladega, and that's going to set us up for a relatively late race restart as well. So we'll see what happens there with that as let's go and find out. Matt O'Brien, round he went. You can see the damage on that car there, not looking so hot as it happened right on the exit of turn 4. Oh yeah, single car incident
from behind by Adrian Beasley, I believe, and just went around and somehow whoever that was down there on the bottom, I can't tell who it is. It's Andrew Goodman. He had his front wheels lifted off the ground and was able to just land and keep going straight again. And then another one who had a really close moment, Samuel Tills. He had to completely slam on the brakes to avoid from slamming into O'Brien as he came spinning in front of him, and did a great job of doing that, and also somehow didn't get ran over from behind either. All these drivers did a really nice job of missing that there. I can see why the caution came out, because you can expect a driver getting wrecked like that off of turn 4 in the front of the field. You'd expect it to be a big crash. So I can see why the caution was perhaps thrown a little bit early on that one, but we're going to rack it up once again, get another restart before this race ends, and we'll have to see once again if the leader gets jumped like they have the last 2.
We'll go on board with Sam in the chat. He mentioned we should look at his gearbox, so let's check it out here on this lap. That was unfortunate for O'Brien here as you look at the front bumper from Sam. O'Brien, of course, a victim to just it's just an awkward time moving. Oh yeah, that was a really close call for him there. He was very fortunate to continue. But wow, some interesting racing so far, to say the least, but they've overall kept it relatively clean here now. These wrecks, of course, are completely expected, Jay. Obviously, you can't do this 3-wide, 4-wide racing on the apron and expect to have a whole lot of green flag racing. But I mean, when they are doing it, it's incredible to watch.
Yeah, it's been great to watch so far, and it's also been incredible, I think, to watch these drivers figure out how to use the apron to their advantage and where the runs can work and where they can't work. And so far, I think we've seen a lot of the drivers who have fallen back to the second pack on these restarts I think they're the ones who have learned the most so far because they can learn how to use the draft to their advantage to where they gain the most speed and where they gain the most time. And every single time we've seen that second group kind of get created, and then they immediately within a lap or so get caught up to that first group, and they're able to really make a charge. So I think it might almost be an advantage to kind of be in 5th or 6th, 7th place here and let yourself be in that second group and kind of lead the charge back up to the front.
So Beasley, Adrian Beasley, out in front here now. As towards the end of the race with these cautions, we might actually decrease the caution laps by 1, just to speed it up a little bit here and try to get as much racing as possible. But Andrew Goodman, Sam Brochu, Vincent Guecci, as well as Samuel Tillis round out your top 5. So Matt O'Brien, he's got a lot of work to do to work his way back forward, but obviously not the end of the world for him. We've seen you can go from the back right up to the front within a lap's time. So he's still definitely got just as much of a chance as anybody else in this field here. Now, chat, anybody got predictions on who you think is going to potentially hang on here in these final 15 laps? It will be 13 laps to go when we go back racing here, so not a whole lot of racing now as they continue to put on one heck of a show. And we would love to hear some combination ideas as well for some Friday night chaos that you guys would like to see. We're looking at potentially doing NASCAR Cup cars with rallycross tracks in the future. That's one of the ideas we've had. But give us any ideas that you might have as well that we might not have come up with ourselves. BJ thinks he's going to win. We'll see if you can hold on. You're currently in P9. We'll see what happens here when we get ready to go green this time by. But Jay, I mean, overall, I think it's been a successful second night of us doing this here, and I think we both had a blast. Especially this race has been way more fun than I thought it was going to be. Jay is muted. It sounds like here now as he's.
Apologies.
There he is.
I think that I don't know your feelings on it, but I feel like we should make the Radicals a part of each and every Chaos night on Fridays, and whether it be at a plate track every time like this, or Daytona, or iRacing Super Speedway, or just have them at 1.5 miles as well. But I think the Radicals have put on the best show so far, and they're just an incredibly fun car to watch and an incredibly fun car to drive.
Now, tires, of course, don't matter, but we're going to check out the tire situation anyways. So, you look at currently the leader of Beasley, Adrian Beasley. He's run 12 laps on his current set. And you look at Andrew Goodman. Hasn't changed his tires all race long. He's currently in the top 8, the only one that has done that. Brochu, Sam Brochu right there, the least amount of laps on a set of tires so far for anybody up here in the mix in this top 8. So we'll see how this shakes up here once they go back racing this time by now, as it will be Beasley and Goodman there on the front row. Should do a figure 8 with the jumpy trucks. We are definitely going to do a figure 8 track. We have talked about doing NASCAR Cup cars on a figure 8 track. The jumpy trucks, the stadium trucks, I believe you're alluding to there, Matthew. We're definitely going to look into that as well. But yeah, like a NASCAR Friday night figure 8 event would be pretty hilarious, I think, to watch now. As Jay, I'm pretty sure we would have actually maybe even more fun commentating that.
Yeah, I think figure 8 would be hilarious as well. That would be a really fun one to do. I think there's a lot of fun combinations that we can come up with for Chaos Nights, and I think we might have to potentially leave the Legends Oval behind because I think that causes more frustration than anything, but there's certainly a lot more combinations that we can find to come up with to make some fun and interesting Chaos Nights.
I definitely agree on the Legends Oval point. I think that was more of a one and done kind of deal, or a very rare event kind of deal here, but definitely Radicals we gotta experiment more with in the future. Now, Monday night before we go green, we'll be back with this specific G-Lobbies thing on Monday night, where we will be back to the more legitimate side of racing, where we plan to use ARCA cars, Xfinity cars, Cup cars, maybe some trucks as well, in different forms of racing at 1.5 miles, short track, road course, plate track, you name it. We will definitely take a shot at it here now. But Friday night, fun night here as we get ready to go back green here. It's going to be 13 laps to go in these closing laps here at Talladega Super Speedway now. As once again, Jay, we've seen the leader go a little bit too early on these restarts and kind of mess themselves over. Do you think we're going to see that again?
Yeah, I think we could potentially see it again in this race, but we're not going to see it this time because he did a really nice
Wow,
job
yes.
there. And you saw some people on the back of the field trying to jump it and time it, and they kept moving forward and having to hit the brakes again. So that might have hurt a couple of them towards the back of this field. but the leader this time did a really nice job on the restart. However, he's still going to get jumped this time by Sam Brochu, who does a really nice job of getting to the apron immediately and has put himself in the lead. And now Adrian is hung up by himself up there on the top of the track.
Brochu timed that really well. He timed it even better than the leader now. As we look a little bit down in the order, Matt O'Brien, we're watching him. He was, of course, the victim of that last accident. We'll see if he can work his way back forward there. You currently see him right now way down the order, down in 18th place there in that white and blue car just behind that green Mountain Dew machine as they continue. 2 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide for second place to the center of 3 in turn 4. I'm surprised, Jay, we haven't seen 5 wide, and you know what? I wouldn't even rule it out at this point.
Oh, I think we're certainly going to see it at some point as this race starts to wind down and we get into the closing laps of this race. Everybody's going to be a little bit more desperate to make these moves happen, and you can already see them being kind of desperate now as there's several drivers getting into the apron right there. One goes spinning, and he's going to come back to the track. It looks like potentially, and he saved it. How?
Unbelievable save.
World did he make that save, and how did we not have the rest of this field crash? That just goes to show, I think, how good these cars are and how much fun they are to race. We just had an incident like that happen, and everybody's still green, and we still have a pack of 3 wide racing going on right now. There is a lot of cars in this group, and you can see that up there on the top. Adrian is getting bump drafted, I think, by Vincent, sorry, and they are making a huge move up there on the top side with something we have not seen so far.
Down into turn 3. What a save that was.
Wow. For the lead.
That's not going to work very long, I don't think.
These guys are starting to be really aggressive. You see the bumping going on there. Still able to keep it clean. Oh, there they go. They're spinning in the back. Going to be just a couple of cars. Going to keep it clean for the most part. They should be okay. There's a couple other cars wrecking.
Out of turn 4, they're wrecking. Out of turn 4, they're wrecking. Out of turn 4. Caution is out. Mountain Dew. It was going to stay green. Out of turn 4, we had multiple cars going around there. Caution. 12 laps to go. But what we're going to do now, as we're getting into the range of closing in on the finish of this race, we are going to speed up the cautions, take 1 lap out here so we can be green within 2 laps time. But wow. That was inevitable, Jay. Once again, they were pushing it right to the limit.
Yeah, they were doing a fantastic job there, and you could really see that the desperation was kind of starting right there. And we haven't seen that 4 wide happen since really the beginning of this race, and everybody has done a great job of making those moves happen and keeping it clean for the most part. Obviously, a wreck still happens there, but that's going to be inevitable. Racing incidents are going to happen, and we're going to have spins and wrecks and things like that. But overall, really nice job of racing so far by these drivers, and you can see that they're able to make 4 wide moves happen relatively easily, and you can really make some drafting happen if you get together with somebody else and keep yourself straight.
Matt O'Brien again involved. Matt O'Brien started it. Oh no. Oh man, he came down and almost looked like he didn't even know there was a car down there. And he just saw him cut across. And
say something real quick in the driver's chat. I'll be right back.
10-4. This right here, Samuel Tillis, I believe he was the one that made an unbelievable save on that restart. So let's go take a look at it again here. But Matt O'Brien, I was surprised to see him cause that one as we look on board with Samuel. Probably the save of the G-Lobbies so far now, as he was on the apron there, getting in line behind that BWT Radical here, and he gets just about tags the grass. Right there he does, and he loses control, saves it. What a save that was. He could have went right back into traffic, and as well a good job of people noticing that, and of course moving up a few lanes as well to counter that now, as that could have went very, very wrong, very, very quick. But nonetheless, we're coming up here to 10 laps to go this time by. So right now you look at the leader, and I mean the lead of course changing time and time again, but right now it is Eric Howell in the lead over Sam Brochu. So we're in for one heck of a finish, I believe, here now. Matt O'Brien has brought it back to the pit lane. He's been involved now in the last 2 accidents here, so he's not looking so good right now. You see a bunch of cars actually here in the pits now, as Matt O'Brien right there getting serviced up. I think he just used his second fast repair. Jay back in the booth there. I was gonna go green this time, Jay, but there's actually some pit service going on, so we're gonna let the caution ride for one more lap, as there's still drivers in their pit stalls. So, but nonetheless, What do you think is going to happen here, Jay? I mean, what I think we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen any 4 wide or 5 wide. Sorry, we've seen 4 wide many times. We haven't seen 5 wide. We haven't seen 6 wide. But there's definitely the potential for it. Now we're going to be inside of 10 laps to go. Do you think we're going to see that happen?
I think we're certainly going to see that happen. I think we'll see at least 5 wide, if not 6 wide. We'll see some drivers really aggressively pushing and trying to do everything they can to make a move work. And at this point, you can't keep relying on that apron. We just saw there on that last run where you can go up to the top, and if you have a drafting partner, if you have a guy pushing you, a guy or two pushing you, you can really make it work even up on the high side of the track. So I think that is going to open the door for everybody to know they can be as aggressive as they want to on any part of this track if they want to, and it really going to open up some doors here for guys to make moves 4 and 5 wide everywhere.
There you see Talladega Superspeedway, the 2.5 mile, 4.2 kilometer oval here, now 26 degrees Celsius right now, apparently a 55% chance of precipitation. 2 mile an hour winds, partly cloudy conditions here, as of course we're getting ready to go green for another restart next time around. We hope guys are enjoying this live broadcast here tonight. Now, it's going to be an 8-lap dash. How many cautions do you think we'll have in these final laps? Asks Yusuf. We've surprisingly only had 5 so far. Jay, I mean, the better question I think to ask Jay, how many green flag laps here do you think we have in the final 8?
Probably 3 or 4 of them, honestly. I think that we could potentially get all 8 of them if they're clean enough and don't make any silly kind of moves. But I feel like we might still see some silly moves happen. And hopefully we do get a couple lap run to the end to the checkered flag, though, because you give these guys a couple of laps, and that's when the moves really start to happen. So I think that hopefully we will see these guys be green at least for 3 or 4 to end this race. And
there is the potential for 3 green-white checkered, so do keep that in mind. We can have overtime if needed here in Talladega Superspeedway. Odds are we'll probably need it, but you never know. We did not need it at the Charlotte Legends Oval, but of course we had very different caution rules going on compared to what we have going on right here. Last lap, of course, white flag comes out. No cautions for anything, and we'll be really lenient towards the end. The last few laps, if it's a 2-3 car incident, we're probably going to keep it green depending on the severity and the location of it here as well, as we get ready to rack it up and go green flag racing one more time. Potentially, we might have another couple restarts on the way. We'll have to wait and see, but you currently see the top 10. Howell, Sambrosio, your top 2 on that front row. That BWT machine there on the outside. And then you got Rafael Ruiz. You got Tyler Tinsley here up inside the top 5 as well. Shout out to Tyler Tinsley, a good guy on Twitter. I see him a lot, interact with him many times before. And it's very cool to see him here on the track as well. PJ Bazowski is up inside the top 10. He called a shot in the chat. He said that he thinks he's going to win this race. We'll see if he can live up to his own call out here as we're ready to go.
I just want to mention before we go back green, we have 21 cars still on the lead lap. There are still 21 cars that can win this race. And so even if you are currently Adrian Beasley sitting in 21st place, you have a chance of going up through this pack of these last final laps and making something happen here. So I'm really excited to see if we see anybody come from the back and potentially win this race. I'm just excited to see what happens here in these final 7 or 8 laps.
You'll be 21st on the final lap and still win this race, I think. So getting ready. We got a lot of cloud cover all of a sudden here. Very shady on the track as we get ready. The pace car pulling into the pit lane, and it's going to be Eric Howell controlling the restart here as it's all about timing for the leader now. Honestly, Jay, from what I've seen so far, you don't necessarily want to be the leader on the restart. You don't want to be controlling the restart here at Talladega in this radical.
Yeah, we saw the first couple of restarts, the leader was able to make it work just fine, even if he didn't jump. But then the last couple, and the leader right there didn't jump and still got passed already. And he's getting passed on the outside and potentially almost the inside, but he backs out of it. So already we see Sam Brochu going back to the lead, and he was in second place there. And we already are also seeing drivers going up to the high side trying to make moves almost 4 wide there for a moment. We do have some 3 wide, and there's once again a little bit of a separation back to a second pack. So that second pack, when they get going, they can once again make a huge run at the lead group here.
3 wide for the lead down the back straightaway there. You got on the inside as well. Look at actually PJ there in the number 13. He's up to the lead here, but look at everybody right here all congested as they go down into the corner in the background. Oh my goodness, a big accident there. That's just 2 cars, 3 cars. Oh my goodness, they somehow keep it relatively clean. One of the race directors has thrown the caution though, so the caution does come out there. I was going to personally keep that green, but
yeah,
caution
as well.
Caution comes out. We are going to try and rack it up and go right away here. Let's get a 1 lap subtraction, but they do have to complete a lap under yellow before we can do that. Jay, that's surprisingly, Jay, that is the shortest green flag run we've had all night.
And hopefully that remains the shortest we've had all night. Hopefully they can keep it a little bit more clean when we go back to this next restart, but we are getting down to crunch time, so you can understand why the moves are getting a little bit more desperate, why things are happening a lot quickly, or a lot more quickly. But I also personally think that we need to try and make sure to have incidents like that stay green, especially with so few laps left. We don't really need to be calling cautions for those anymore unless it's a very big incident.
We are going to reduce the caution by a lap, so when they come back around here, we'll make sure to get that command in and have a bit shorter of a yellow flag now. But wow, some wild racing we've seen tonight so far, but anything goes here in these closing laps. Jay, we also have the Friday Night Chaos rule that comes into effect by the time we're going to be going green. And that is, of course, anything goes. So at that point, the way these guys have been racing so far, I'm sure, the majority of these drivers probably aren't even thinking about that. They're probably not even actually aware. So that's going to be a bit of a help.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I don't know if you can get much more
chaotic.
Anything goes than we've already had. I think we've already seen anything goes with this already, and it's just been absolute chaos so far. But it's been a controlled chaos, and it's been a very enjoyable chaos. And these guys can still obviously make a lot of things happen, make a lot of aggressive moves, and I think that we are not done with that yet. And once we hit the 5 laps to go and anything goes, I don't know what else we're going to be able to see these drivers do, because they've already shown us they can do a lot of aggressive things.
Going green this time by Maurice says, check out his POV of the accident I would assume he is alluding to. Let's go and see here. Fast forward a few laps. We are going green this time by. We did shorten the caution. We felt like, we might as well, let's just get the show on the road, we should say here, as we look at the POV of Maurice Berry there through that accident now. As you look just on the rear camera right there, the chaos starts on the apron. And you saw the golf car go up and over that. Wow. I mean, it wasn't a huge accident, surprisingly. They relatively kept that clean as we look back, of course, getting ready to go green this time by. And it is going to be just a 5-lap dash here from Talladega Superspeedway. And Jay, I think, surprisingly, it looks like we only have three drivers out of the mix.
Yeah, and just again, it just goes to show that those fast repairs have helped, but it just goes to show for the most part how clean this race has been compared to everything else. There's still been the wrecks, obviously, but the fast repairs have helped, and there's also not been the majority of the fuel getting collected in each of these wrecks. For the most part, these guys have been very aggressive, but doing it in a very clean way, and in a way to where they can make those moves actually happen. So I think we're in store for that again once we get to this restart. And honestly, I still don't know if we have an idea of who's going to win this race, because anybody from anywhere at this moment can make it an aggressive move to go and win this thing.
There you see Matt O'Brien, the Nitro Racing League owner, in about the midfield towards the back half of the pack area. He won the Bristol Xfinity race a few nights back on the legitimate racing night, and he dominated the last about 75 laps, I believe it was, of that Bristol Xfinity Series event. We'll see if he can find a way to get through the chaos, though, on Friday Night Chaos and get himself into the top step of the podium now, as it is going to be Howell controlling this restart alongside Sam Brochu again on that front row now as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing. It's going to be 5 laps to go. And wow, Jade almost looks like he missed a shift at that point right there. He did not get going at all.
Yeah, either that or everybody else got the green and he just didn't go. Something happened right there, obviously, for Eric, and he's on the back foot already. And we've already got guys, once again, going 3 wide back here, right up here towards the front and towards the back of the pack as well. And there's going to be a huge run coming from those guys on the apron right now. There's a lot of cars grouped up, and they're going to immediately be aggressive. You can already see them doing it.
Sam Brochu covering off that apron there. Very smart move from him. But look at the run coming from behind. They're going to have to force that. They are going to force that there into turn 3. And they got to find a way to give room quick there. They're going to be 4 wide into turn 3. 2 cars on the apron. 2 cars on the track. And so far, so good. They keep it clean through 3 and 4. Will they continue? Yes, they will. My goodness, Shay. And now it's just a matter of time until these guys are going to have to start forcing it maybe even 5 wide if they really want to get somewhere.
Yeah, and 5 wide can still work. As we've seen before, 3 or 4 wide so far has been the norm, but you're gonna have to go 4 or 5 wide if you really want to get a pass done. And at the moment, these guys are still they're still willing to sit in line. But as you see right
contact!
They're gonna go 4 wide for the lead down into turn 1, 2 on the apron, 2 on the track, and these guys are really going at it. I thought we were gonna see somebody wreck there. They're able to still so far And man, these guys they are really pushing as hard as they can.
Contact everywhere. O'Brien, he's in the mix now as well. He's gone from the middle part of the track, and he's back into it now as they go down this back straight. It come to 3 laps to go, and what has been a wild couple laps of green flag racing since the restart. They continue down into turn 3, more contact there, but somehow continuing to keep it green and keep it straight, going in the right direction there. As at this point, Jay, I don't know who's going to win this race, but I feel like my prediction, someone at the back of this pack is going to win the race, but there goes a couple of cars there on the apron. Oh, up into the catch fence.
That is a 3-car incident, but the rest of the pack, I think we should be able to keep that one going.
They were off the
As
racing
we look
line.
Back up towards the top of the pack now. Benjamin Walker somehow, that's Benjamin Walker. I just realized Benjamin Walker somehow
To the lead.
once again leading on Chaos Night. He's done a great job so far on the first night of Chaos, and he's leading this race currently. But look at all that pack behind him. They're 4 wide right there behind him for 4th and 5th place.
Oh, there it is. There
Again.
they go.
That's
There
gonna
they
be a
go.
caution. That's
Big
gonna be a
accident.
Big one. That deserves a caution.
And that is going to be overtime, everybody. What a show they were putting on there for 2, 3, 4 laps, just about. Wow. Tremendous racing. Everybody going for the same piece of real estate here in these closing laps. And unfortunately, eventually, well, the real estate comes together and they had an accident there. We're going to get a replay here in just a few moments' time now. As we saw a 3-car incident off the racing line, we decided to keep that green, obviously, due to the fact that it was well off the racing surface. Only 3 cars, but obviously there was cars right there littered all over the track this time by. So, hello, Caleb Reed, by the way, in the chat. How are you doing? Netcode. Who's the victim that we're looking at that it ignited
PJ.
from?
PJ got netcoded by Adrian.
Unfortunate.
There was a partial netcode, partial that there was some contact between Adrian and Tyler Tinsley. That sent Adrian to the right a little bit towards PJ, and then PJ just gets turned by netcode, and that starts.
Oh yeah,
the
big time.
Incident here. Yeah,
Big
that's
netcode.
very large netcode.
I mean, the wreck was over pretty quick, but obviously it was still large. It was a big crash there, and we're going to look on board here with them and just show how large that netcode was. I mean, wow. That's a couple feet of netcode.
Yeah, Adrian is well below the yellow, and PJ is above the yellow and still gets hit. That's one of the largest instances of netcode I've seen.
Definitely wasn't expecting that by any means here. Now is actually Matt O'Brien. He was well off the pack. Never even noticed that. But not sure exactly what happened with him to get back there. But nonetheless, coming to overtime here in Talladega. So we'll see what in the world happens now. As anything goes, we're at that point. Anything goes here now, as they're all still catching up to the pace car and to the pack as well. And I mean, Jay, honestly, Matt O'Brien actually might have been almost given a gift by not being right there in that pack, because now he's still got a clean car and he's going to have a chance to go for it here in overtime, while other cars are as well going to have to go into the pit lane there and take their fast repair.
He actually may not have a clean car because he has some pretty heavy rear end damage, and that could partially be why he was as far back as he was. I don't know if he got turned or maybe his car is off the pace, but at this point, if his car is off the pace, I feel like he's going to have to use a fast repair for O'Brien.
He's in the pits.
Yeah, I think that this could be a potential perfect storm for him. Actually, going back to the restart, he got ran over from behind on the restart, and that is why he was so far back. He had to hit the brakes a little bit. I think he overreacted a little bit too much and then just got ran over from behind, so that's why he was so far back. So for O'Brien, that was a lucky break for him. He gets a reset and gets to try again.
And hasn't been the greatest race for O'Brien, and you can see he's not taking a reset here. So he's either out or maybe he thinks more chaos is coming. I know he's used 2, but I don't know where he could have possibly used that 3rd one unless we had missed something prior. But nonetheless, going to focus back up towards the front. Of course, overtime on the way. We do have 3 attempts at a green-white checkered here from Talladega Superspeedway. So yes, to answer your question, Hendrik Larson fan, overtime is turned on. I got it. I actually turned on this time. So, but once they get to the white flag, that's what we're looking for them to get to that final lap. Anything after that, no caution will come out. Green right until the very end here. So we'll see if they can make it back here. Now, chat, we want to hear your predictions. Are we going to have this settled in just 1 overtime attempt, or is this going to go the whole way to 3? I think they're going to do it in 1, Jay. What about you?
I think it might take 2. These guys have shown that they're willing to be more aggressive now than they have been the entire race. So I think it still might take 2, and then maybe a 3rd, but I don't think we're going to finish it out with just 1.
So currently, out in front is the winner from the race earlier tonight at the NASCAR Next Gen Legends Oval at Charlotte Motor Speedway. That is Benjamin Walker. I mean, I completely forgot he was in this race because he hadn't really been in the mix and he was just kind of very quiet. And here he is now, potentially getting his second win in the G Lobbies, which would be the most so far here. As looking a little bit further behind, you got Samuel Tillis, who will be lining up alongside him. You got Sam Brochu. Shout out to him. Jay, we've seen that BWT machine up in the top 3 specifically quite often here, so I don't think we can rule him out. But you run top 3 all 34.5 laps, but it comes right down to that final half a lap, final even quarter of a lap at this point.
Yeah, Brochu's done a nice job of being up in front of this race for the most part of it, if not for the almost the entirety of this race, and he's done a really nice job of so far managing to stay up here. But as you know, we're in overtime now. All chaos, all hell is going to break loose, and he's going to have to hope that he doesn't get involved in some kind of wreck or potentially wreck himself trying to go for an aggressive move. So here we go here for the restart in overtime. I think this is when we're going to see them be the most aggressive we've seen them be so far, and we've already seen them be extremely aggressive.
Yusuf thinks Sam Brochu wins. You know, if I'm gonna go for a pick here myself, it's so hard to, of course, pick. Welcome back, Barry the Ham, by the way. But I'm gonna say the first name that popped up on my eye here when I looked at the leaderboard. I'm gonna go with Martin Roberg here, currently 5th in that number 5 McLaren Golf livery right here on the inside. That's going to be my pick to win. Jay, do you have anybody just taking just a random shot in the dark? Who do you think is going to win this here in this 2-lap sprint?
I think it's going to be PJ Bazowski. I believe that's how you say his last name. I've seen him make some aggressive moves several times and make them stick and make them work, and he looks like he's got a lot of pace so far as well, so I think PJ is going to have a really good shot at winning this race.
All they got to do is get to that final lap, that white flag, and then no cautions from that point on, no matter if we wreck the whole field, wreck 3 cars, wreck 7 cars, no cautions after that final lap. Hello, Tremendation. Race 3 perhaps, not tonight, unfortunately, but we're going to do 3 races again on Monday. But shame you couldn't be here. Thanks for tuning in or participating the other night, though. We really appreciated you coming out there in Xfinity and Bristol and whatnot as we get ready for this restart here. Now, as I am so excited to see what happens here, we've mentioned it, that all I got to do is get back to that final lap. But PJ Bazowski says, "Got you, Jay," in the chat. So he's going to try his best to live up to that prediction. But Bobby Bird says in the chat, "How long does it take to make a video?" Usually a couple hours. Recording takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Editing about an hour. Commentating about half an hour. So close to 3 hours total around that for a video here as a pace car pulls off, getting ready to go green. Jay, I think this would probably be the worst restart to potentially be in control of here right at the end.
Yeah, I think that you really don't want to get jumped here, and I think it's going to be possibly the easiest one too, because you know that you can easily get by that leader, so you just do the opposite of what he does. If he goes early, you let him go and you stick with the draft. If he doesn't go, you jump him and you go right to the inside or the outside. So I think if I'm Benjamin right now, I'm very uncomfortable for this potential final restart.
Green flag is out, 2 laps to go. If they get back to the white, no cautions. But if we have a big crash before then, we will rank it up one more time with 3 potential attempts at overtime here from Talladega Super Speedway. 2 wide down into turn 1. You saw Sam Brochu take it up the inside, and here comes Martin there in Roberg in the McLaren Golf livery. Now he's going 3 wide for the lead in the background. You can see Matt O'Brien in that blue and white Radical way at the back of the pack trying to work his way forward here with the little time that he has left. And Jay, so far, they keep it clean in half a lap, and they got to make it another half a lap to that white flag.
And Benjamin just pulled off a huge block there on Sam and made it work somehow. And these guys already, they're being super aggressive up here towards the front. And so far, they're able to keep it clean, almost 3 wide there for the lead. And we have Benjamin leading as we come out of turn 4. Are we going to be able to make it to the white flag?
I think they will. They just got a few more miles, not miles, a few more 100 meters to go as they're bump drafting. Benjamin Walker leads the way through the trial. Well, do they make it back to the stripe? Yes, they do. White flag in the air. No cautions from this point on. Anything goes as it's a 3-car tandem, but everybody is here, and Benjamin Walker just got hung out right there, Jay, into turn 1.
Yeah, I don't know how Benjamin wasn't ready to cover that off and move down to the apron. The apron is the fastest part to be in the corner, and PJ immediately went to his inside and was ready to go down there on the apron in turns 1 and 2. But now Benjamin's going to be able to get a huge run, get somebody to draft with him potentially as they go back down to dive back behind those 2 leaders right there. And it looks like Ethan is going to make an aggressive move. Nope, no, he crosses him back over. Ethan can't decide where he wants to go. Now to the inside, down in turn 3. PJ is under attack everywhere at the moment.
3 wide, 4 wide in the background. It's side by side for the lead. Bazowski is 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Benjamin Walker. I think he's certainly not in a good position here as everybody is coming together. We got cars going around, and it's Bazowski leading the way into the tribal. More chaos, and it's going to be Bazowski. A huge accident.
Making it out of this.
Unbelievable.
Hold on. There's still 2 with him. Christopher Tignor. Not going to have enough time to get there, though. PJ Bazowski wins the second Chaos Night race.
Unbelievable finish in Talladega Superspeedway, and Jay's pick. Oh my god, a big accident after the finish, but Jay's pick, PJ Bazowski, he called it in the chat about 25 minutes ago that he was going to win this race, and he pulls it off. Unbelievable there. As we looked in the background, I was trying to focus on the leader, of course, but we saw a McLaren car flying into the sky. That was Martin Roberg. We saw cars going everywhere. Unbelievable finish here from Talladega Superspeedway. I'm not sure if PJ, of course, is in a voice chat, but if he is, we will, of course, get him here in the booth momentarily. But wow, Jay, what a finish that was, and I don't know how PJ was able to, of all of that, survive.
Yeah, he got incredibly lucky to miss the first and the second wreck. The first one happening right next to him, the second one happening right behind him, and somehow he was just far enough ahead to stay away. I think that might have been Scott Irvin, who almost came back across the track. Yeah, it was Scott Irvin who almost would have hit him had he been close enough. So PJ, lucky enough to make it through those crashes there, and man, what a way to finish that race, Gary. That was incredible. That race in general was incredible. I am very happy with how tonight turned out. I'm very happy with how this Radical race turned out, because that was certainly my favorite so far. That was amazing.
There you see the replay right there. They kept it clean. They crashed in the back. Then they crashed right up front again as well. Martin Roberg with a wild ride in that number 5. His cars are going airborne. One tumbling into the catch fence as well. And he gets stuck in the catch fence. And it was PJ, of course, pulling off the victory. Unbelievable. Tyler Tinsley, he says, yeah, that race was better than expected. Absolutely. We expected it to be potentially worse than the 150 there at the Charlotte Legends Oval. But wow, it turned out to be way better. Scott says he threw a bad block. Scott, at this point in the race, you got to go for those blocks as it comes down to the wire, and you got to go for whatever you can get. And unfortunately, it didn't work out for you there now. As reminds you of the World 600 package. Oh, absolutely. But wow.
You know what it reminds me of? Is it reminds me of IROC. These cars remind me a lot of IROC because of how much they're just full throttle the entire time and almost spec cars, and they put on a fantastic show.
Well, check out Scott Irvin here and see what happened to him as he, I mean, still even after that finished in the 13th position. So shout out to you there, Scott. But he says spectate him for the last few laps. We'll go on board here with Scott Irvin.
Oh man. I'm looking at some more replays, and Elliot Drummond, who was another contender in our first race of the night, was making a great move 4 wide or 3 wide all the way next to the grass on the apron, and just wound up coming up a little bit into the side, and perhaps actually the driver next to him coming down. I can't find who it was, but just unfortunate for Elliot, and that's what spiraled the first wreck that we had.
This is on board right here with Scott Irvin on the final lap as he was in the mix to potentially make a move. You look behind, I mean, not much he can do here. I mean, you can see he gets right to the bank of the eventual winner of Bazowski, and then, oh my goodness, chaos happens behind. You look, oh, some contact there, and unfortunately he just goes for a wild ride. Oh my goodness. Cars tumbling over top of him. Unbelievable finish here in Talladega there. Unfortunate for Scott Irvin. He had a strong finish in the 150 at the Legends Oval. Shout out to him. But overall, unbelievable night of Friday Night Chaos. Oh, that was Kermit that was in the catch fence there. Very unfortunate for him. But thanks for racing as well. You enjoyed both races. My heart rate is scary high. Shout out to you, Martin. Unfortunate to see how things ended there right at the end, unfortunately, there as you were tumbling and stuff. But what a wild race here in Talladega Superspeedway. Jay, any final words before we head out at all about this?
Poor Benjamin Walker just plowed the ball on that.
Felt so
that
bad
wreck.
for him.
Yeah, there was a couple of guys who had very good runs in this race. That just wind up not being able to do anything because of a last lap crash. But I mean, that's what last laps are, you know, and that's just how they go sometimes. Sometimes you're on the lucky side, sometimes you're unlucky, and unfortunately for Benjamin and several others, they were unlucky. But final thoughts of the night, just I tell you what, if tonight is the first night was great, but if tonight is anything like what this could turn into being, what it could be in the future, I am extremely excited for it. Obviously, we still have a lot of things to work out, a lot of things to go over and change, and get some actual set rules and things like that. But for the first 2 nights of experimenting with this and trying it out, I have a lot of hope for this, and I am extremely happy with where it's at already. The turnout has been fantastic. I didn't expect to get the kind of turnout we've seen so far. So thank you everybody for showing up and making this great for both me and Gary. And I hope if you're racing in this, I hope you're having a fun time, because I know me and Gary certainly are broadcasting you guys.
And yeah, it's been an absolute blast so far. See, Tyler asks how long will the stream stay up. So all the streams stay up forever. It's just I unlist them and I put them in the playlist called live stream. So go into there because I don't like to leave it on the homepage. It kind of clutters it up. So just look in the live stream playlist. It will be there all the time as soon as this is complete. We are going to shift into the ending of this stream. So everybody say goodbye to Jay. We're going to mute up from him and we'll let him go handle his things. Goodbye, Jay. Have yourself a good night. Well, I'll be talking to you in like a few minutes, but
Yeah, I'm probably gonna I'll either be in Discord or chilling on Xbox, and I'm probably gonna do a little bit of Daytona practice. So I'll let you know where I'm at.
10-4. Everybody say goodbye to Jay. And we are going to head into the ending screen. So just wanted to say thank you, of course, to everybody that tuned in tonight. Made this a very successful night here in Talladega. Absolutely crazy with the Radicals. And then, of course, we had earlier to start the night, it was a bit of a rocky start with the Charlotte Legends Oval with the next-gen cars, but it ended up being quite the show, to say the least, here now, as we're going to get ready to wrap it up now. Have a good night, Lil Hooper, by the way. Did you guys have fun? If you participated, I hope you had fun. It was crazy. That fitness will certainly be up on Twitter shortly, I'm sure, at some point here. Have a good night, Ethan Fish 21. Yusuf, thanks for stopping by for a while and moderating. That was fun. Sam, was fun having you. It's a shame you couldn't win there. You were running good. That BWT car. I love that paint scheme, by the way, Sam. PJ Brzezowski, congratulations on the win. You've added your name to the win list in the G Lobby, so good stuff from you there. You were trying your hardest. Adrian, you gave it all you had. We're going to do this a lot, so you'll have more opportunities. Don't you worry. Have a good night, Jonathan. Ran that scheme for me. Awesome. We're going to bring BWT back maybe in the Cup Series, so we'll see. I didn't run any in Xfinity. Awesome to hear, Tyler. I'm glad you enjoyed. I really am. And if, Tyler, if you ever have any recommendations on what we can do better, make sure to hit me up. Obviously, you have easy contact to me, so make sure to send me anything if you need to. When's the next iRacing career mode video? Tomorrow, probably. I recorded it today. It'll be out tomorrow. I put one out like 3 hours ago or 4 hours ago, so you can check that out as well. Oh, were you in the voice chat, PJ? Because I when I went and looked, I didn't see you in there. Swerve and Irvin, you keep doing what you're doing, you're definitely going to win at some point. But PJ, next night we're back, which probably won't be till Monday night. Oh, you were? Okay, I'm so sorry. Come back Monday night if you're here. We'll just bring you in just for the heck of it and talk about it. And as well bring you in just for feedback on the upcoming night as well, just to make up for that. Sorry about that. But nonetheless, guys, that wraps it up for me. I hope you all had a great night. Thank you to everybody who came and watched. Thank you to everybody that showed up and participated. I really do appreciate you. When will the next time that we do BBR? Sometime next week, that's for sure. So that does it for me, guys. I'll be back tomorrow night live with the Nitro Racing League Formula 1 broadcast. A short stream tomorrow. But that does it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.